all my loyal subjects, it's me, Princess Sword Art, the Gamer Queen here, back with another Let's Play, but also the first video of the year being Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space Remastered for Nintendo Switch. So in the last video we completed episode 3, but in this video we're moving on to episode 4, Chariots of the Dogs, picking up where it left off last. Bosco's vanished from the face of the earth. Literally, when Sam and Max manage to track him down, what they find is so mind-boggling you'll have to see it to believe it. Can the freelance police set things right, or will life as they know it fall victim to the capricious whims of THEM? Well, we're gonna have to find out. As I gotta say, this episode really switched it up for the series. It's gonna be really fun for me to play through for you guys here on the channel. But alright, so before we get right into this first video of the year, I'm aiming for a goal of 5,000 subscribers here on the channel, as currently, 69.3% of you who watch my videos has not subscribed yet. But if you're new to the channel and want to see more awesome content like this here on the channel in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button below to join my Kingdom of Heroes, because let's see that subscribe percentage go up. As it's one of my goals to be able to get it to go up, as not subscribed has been going back down a lot recently, as I know it's because of a lot of new people seeing the channel for the first time and all. But if you're new and want to help see this channel grow, make sure to hit that subscribe button below to join my Kingdom of Heroes. Also with this video, we're currently at 2,550 subscribers, and I just gotta say, I'm so happy and excited, as I know we just passed the previous goal almost about 6 months ago now, but let's keep pushing forward to get to that next goal as soon as we can. But just also, I'm very thankful for every single one of you who's liked, commented, subscribed, and watched these videos so far, as it really means so much to me. I love making awesome content here on the channel for everyone to watch, enjoy, and have fun. But alright, so without further ado, it is finally time to get right into episode 4 of Sam & Max Season 2 Beyond Time and Space Remastered. Stinky presents from the archives of Telltale Games, Sam & Max. Right. Back in Bosco's yet again, but this time through different means of entry, where the guys decide to break in to find him, find out where he went. I just like how they just kick the door in.
Bosco! Free anti-mind control helmets for the first 50 lunatics to come out of hiding!
I've been telling you, little pals.
Oh, I already love the remastered look of this scene.
Good plan, Sammo.
Oh, I like what's coming up right here.
And leave the senseless violence to the likes of me.
I deeply resent that comment, Mr. Payne.
Right, because of Max being the violent one. Oh, this is good right here. And the first thing they do, start shooting everything.
Well, that's a no-go. Any more ideas?
Let me think.
Right. Alright. Hey, Flint.
Anything yet, Sammy?
Still working on it.
But man, I really love Flint Paper's remastered look in this.
On where Bosco went?
Because
He kept yapping on about
I know everyone
THEM
loves
and his secret
Flint
bunker.
Paper as a
Or delusional
character,
sap.
as being an awesome character in the Sam & Max series. Because it's awesome to really see him be really awesome, because this really has his moments throughout Season 2, considering the fact he wasn't in Season 1.
What's the word on the street on Bosco's disappearance?
I've been making chin music with every pigeon in this burg, but nobody's singing.
Man.
Trails dried up like a hobo's
Man.
inner thigh.
How quickly the lingo goes from colorful to gut-churning.
What happened to Bosco again?
It's like I told you, Sam. He's vanished like a C note on race day. Right off the face of the earth.
Alright, but when did Bosco disappear?
While you were in Schnitzeltown making chummy with the undead, there was a ruckus in the back of this dive. After that, the B-Man took a powder.
Alright,
Why are
but
you keeping an eye on
what's his
Bosco?
interest in
Going
Bosco?
away present for my old partner. God rest that bastard.
Oh,
First case he ever had 40 years ago.
that's,
I never saw
that's
him.
so nice
Some
of him
dog
to
wanted
do
keep an
that.
eye on this Bosco mook. Said he'd done her wrong, and he had to take the fall.
And it's like, who was that apparently?
Don't worry, Flint. We've got the skills to find whoever kidnapped Bosco.
I am still president after
But
all.
it is really
Maybe,
funny
are you
when,
bad enough
just when we
president to
learn
rescue
who
the
it
day?
is, cause,
You
Stick around, Flint.
yeah!
know where to find me.
Flint paper
As
is
informative as Max
awesome.
Impeachment Weekly is, I doubt it'll tell us where Bosco is. Bosco didn't take any pictures of himself. His camera no doubt thinks him.
But he's not ugly. Oh. Well, I see a little note for THEM there. Right where the camera is.
A painful reminder of the Bosco-shaped
Right.
hole in our hearts.
Y'all wonder where Bosco went off to.
The freezer's Bosco free.
Guys, it's kind of pretty funny once we learn where he went off to.
Bosco, you in there? I hope not, or Bosco be gone.
Good one, Sam.
We already checked the roof. Just
But
a pigeon
I'm really
A&E.
excited to finally be
Nothing
getting
worth
back into this. As you guys know, I have been spacing out the episodes.
mentioning. No Bosco's in here.
Because I've been really wanting to do a whole... I've been doing this whole huge
Sure,
playthrough.
Bosco. Everybody else is watching you.
uh,
Our lust for this tangy fruit drink started this whole mess.
right. Because curse you, Benang, for wanting... For making us have Bosco go into hiding just to get you
No clues
to
here.
prove Max that he was the real high priest on Easter Island.
No clues here. Just an enlarger. No big thing.
Hey,
It shows you what's inside what's inside.
looks like Bosco was writing a
Any
little
clues for us,
bit,
you, Bliss? Nope, not
little
a clue.
bits of notes.
No clues here.
Right, no
Hey,
clues.
Seismo, what's shaking?
But I gotta say, the bathroom, considering the fact we don't know what's in the
To get
bathroom,
past the laser grid, first you have to
makes you wonder
forgive the laser grid.
just what we gotta do to get in there. Because I think people were probably, back when this originally came out, I think people were wondering
Bosco's
just
lighted display
what
board.
the heck was even in the
I've
Bosco
always
was
wondered
keeping
what
under
Bosco
lock
keeps
and key
hidden
in the
back there.
bathroom.
I've always wondered if he's wearing pants back there.
Max! Oh, but
It's Bosco's my first Moai head toy.
it's like, aw. And we don't remember even getting it that for him. But it's like, hey, wait a minute.
Everything we needed to solve last year's hypnotism conspiracy.
So Bosco had a lot of
Kill
stuff.
for a time machine right about now. Of course, I'd kill for just about anything.
How ironic. That is going to be something coming up.
Wow, it's everything we needed to solve last year's
In a little
hypnotism
bit.
conspiracy.
Whew, I'd kill for a time machine right about.
Yeah, but funny how Bosco had everything they needed for last year. Well, season 1's cases. This is pretty funny. Alright.
My first Moai head, and hopefully my last.
Alright. But what we're gonna want to do is be able to take
All right, let's have a look at your
the
X-ray.
Moai
Mr.
head.
We'll see what's causing that persistent tinnitus.
Prognosis, Sam?
Either this toy has a tumor the size of an overfed cat,
Eh,
or it's too dark to
Damn.
read it.
Alright. But what we're gonna want to do is take the x-ray and put it right up on the x-ray viewer.
Say it?
It looks like Bosco's as clever as you are at cutting-edge intellectual humor.
Oh,
Gotta admit,
Max.
That is pretty funny.
I wonder what
Oh,
happened to
but
Bosco.
I feel like I haven't been talking to Max so much in these episodes. For all
You're
you
right,
guys
Max.
out there.
Wait, when have we ever had a
Guys,
rational
I
explanation
feel
for
like I
anything?
keep forgetting to do that almost every
Way
single
past due
place.
for one.
wonder what
I'm
happened.
sure there's a perfectly rational explanation for all of this, Sam.
Well, I don't know, Max, because with the answer that's going to be coming up pretty soon, I wouldn't say it's rational.
Quiet, Sam! I know he's going to just spontaneously crack the case wide open any second.
Well, I
What are you
mean,
staring at, fellas? You're making me nervous.
oh, I just love all these
I
remastered
didn't think so at
scenes.
the time, but now I've got to admit
Because
it.
I gotta say,
It was worth driving all the way back to Germany to return your soul to your zombified.
aww.
Oh, geez, Sam, don't get all mushy on me in front of Flint paper.
But you guys have your wholesome moments.
We've got the run of the whole store, Max. Anything you feel like looting?
You'd think I would, but nothing's really calling out to me.
Yeah, because it's like, nah. All right.
Thinking,
Oh,
Max.
right. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, thanks for the reminder. Oh. All right, but let's get that laser security
You did it,
disabled.
Sal.
Let's check in the bathroom for more clues. Nothing doing.
All right. Oh, darn. I forgot. There was a little thing to where if you messed with the keypad before.
Bosco? Nope, different weenie.
Because Max would have said something if you messed with it before deciding to. But yeah. No.
Let's see if there's anything in the bathroom to tell
It's
us
like,
where Bosco's
wait a
bunker is.
minute.
Or maybe the bathroom is his top
This is
secret
his bunker.
This is exactly where I'd want to spend an apocalypse.
I don't know, Max.
Since there's something
It's
terrible
kind
happened
of.
here.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know the
It would
half of it.
definitely feel a little bit uncomfortable with just, I don't know, the size of it. Because I feel like it would need to be bigger. Oh, but there's the Benang. And a voodoo doll.
The Bosco Tech Drain Liberator 6000. I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
Not after seeing what it did to that sludgy delivery guy.
The sound alone still haunts my nightmares.
Ugh. I do
Bosco's
not
been
want to
ordering nothing but
know.
baking soda and paper mache. Bosco has all his shirts specially treated to block out the thought control rays.
Lest nefarious
Wow.
forces take control of his nipples.
Max!
Hot toilet wine. Everything
Oh
Bosco
my
would
God.
need to survive for months.
Who's been keeping wine in the bathroom?
A nice aged bottle of Nippy Valley.
Woof! Nippy Valley Woof. For party time or any time.
Oh,
Some idiot left
Max.
the cork out, Max. It turned to vinegar.
I wonder who that could have been. And I already know.
Such a crude and barbaric means of bladder relief.
Says the guy who uses the fire hydrant.
Oh, I just love some of these.
If you explode it,
It's like,
And if it's brown, flush it down.
Oh, Max. So funny.
I would clean up in here, but I don't want to disturb any evidence.
Alright.
Urinals.
But
Such a
man, I
crude and
love how they
barbaric
kept
means of
things
bladder
the
relief.
safe.
Says the guy who uses
I mean,
the
same.
fire hydrant.
I feel like I can talk today. I'm sorry, guys.
A jumbo-sized bag of cotton balls.
Don't open it, Sam.
But I gotta say, it was pretty funny seeing the callback to season 1 right here.
100% convincing
Is if
disguise
you guys remember,
So,
Bosco
which kid was he
wore
using last year then?
Bosco wore a different disguise throughout season 1,
Bosco's disguise
which
is
4 of them you
much
can
more
see right
effectively
here,
ludicrous than last.
but the last one, it definitely was never in an episode. Kind of makes you think if they kind of had something in mind and then
It's
just
like
decided to
Bosco was
scrap it
obsessed with this shape.
for the one.
Like I'm obsessed with the shape of Bosco's unnaturally bulbous forearms?
A little like that,
Huh.
but slightly less creepy.
Very, very crazy, Max. Very crazy.
Baking soda plus vinegar equals eruption.
Sounds hot. But they didn't leave a phone number.
Max. It does make you wonder what
Not
happened.
big enough. Bigger.
Ugh, sheesh. Even bathrooms aren't safe from natural male enhancement spam.
Bosco keeps
Max,
plenty
you
of
say
baking
some of the
soda on hand to
craziest
keep the
stuff
bathroom
ever.
fresh. There's no way I'm touching that towel. Not after all the people who've been using it.
But Bosco and I are the only ones
And
who
it's
ever come
like,
back
does he
here.
never replace the
Exactly.
towel? in it.
Rampaging
But
away
this
nearly
was
with
crazy.
two sides.
Because it's like,
Recognize that from Easter Island, Max?
oh
It's a
my
model
god!
volcano.
I'd say
It's like the
downright
volcano from
exemplary.
Easter Island.
I'll bet we can find Bosco's trail if we just repeat everything he did.
All right, fool. I'll start by buying a convenience store and standing in it until the music turns me into a delusional maniac.
And I'll start wearing
Max.
tight-fitting t-shirts. Ready? Go.
Oh.
I'll bet we can find Bosco's trail if we...
All right.
And I'll...
Alright.
So Bosco's secret bunker was in the bathroom all this
And
time?
it's like, huh?
Yeah, it's been like this for years.
Just think of all the
Crazy.
stuff you miss when you have a crippling phobia of public bathrooms.
Well, I mean, Max was in here, was able to go in here all of season 1, wasn't he? So he would have had to have noticed something.
Which finally
Plus, the
explains at
door
least
was
10%
kind of
of those
blocked
strange rumbling noises always coming
for
from the bathroom.
the first half of season 1. So this was pretty awesome to
Lots of
see
volcanoes in here.
this.
Which finally explains at least 10% of those strange rumbling noises always coming from the bathroom.
I don't know, Max.
Lots of volcanoes.
Which finally...
Alright.
Do you ever wonder if there is some higher intelligence from
Well, I
far
mean,
away?
I have
Everything
faced
we do?
aliens before with
Intelligence?
Mario and the
Now,
rest of the guys,
easily amused
and
starved for entertainment? You sure?
but I think that's a story for another day to share with you guys. Alright. Alright, but
How's
if
it
we
going?
come back and talk to
Quiet
Flint
out here,
Paper
Sam. Any sign of Bosco yet?
Not yet. Do you know anything
and
about
ask him
volcanoes,
about
Flint?
volcanoes,
Caused by mantle plumes, Sam. Rock deep within the earth starts moving up because it's hot. Hotter than a Brazilian acrobat in a Catholic schoolgirl uniform playing bass guitar and quoting
I meant the
from...
ones Bosco was making.
right?
Oh, no clue, pals.
But it was funny,
Stick around, Flint.
funny to ask
You
him.
boys know where to find me.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. But let's put the baking soda and vinegar in the mall volcano and let science work its magic.
It's like
Woo!
I'm always telling you, Sam. We need a much bigger explosion.
This time, you might be right, Max. There's not enough baking soda left to do anything.
Alright. But if we're gonna make a big explosion, we're gonna need to use it on this other container of baking soda.
Not happening.
Alright. Just love how you can pull out Sam's gun at any time and almost start shooting a lot of things.
What was that for, Sam?
That barrel was looking at me funny.
Alright. At least now we're gonna be
It's
busted
an
open.
industrial site.
And do this. Alright. Prepare yourselves, everyone. We are about to make the biggest explosion! Aha!
And the school board said our cases had no education.
Right.
merit.
Do it again! Do it again!
And that was education.
What's
No.
that noise?
No! They've come!
They've come for us, Max.
Ah!
It's THEM.
Good. About time we found out who's responsible
Right.
for this travesty.
Give us back Bosco! What? Sam and Max, freelance police, and Chariots of the Dogs. Oh, but it's so exciting to finally be getting right into this episode. Because I know a lot of people really love this episode for just how much it really changed up the formula for a Sam and Max episode. Alright, but as we shoot almost everything on the screen. Then get the awesome remastered intro once again. Team Sam Max do the Devil's Playhouse jump yet again and make it rain with bullets. Sam and Max created by Steve Purcell. Oh my god, it's awesome to be seeing this remastered scene yet again. Well, I mean...
Hey guys.
Oh my god! Bosco!
Look, I can
Oh hey, he has the nose ring now.
Bosco, there's something different.
Finally see a doctor about
I
that
see the big difference.
personal problem?
You guys.
Max!
Yeah, that's all we got.
Good. Now shut up and help me.
What seems to be the problem, Bessie?
It's obvious.
That elevator over there, it's horrible. I went inside looking
No.
for THEM, but when I got out, I saw my mother.
And it's like, wait a minute.
It gets
How is that horrible?
ran out of there fast as I could, and when I came out, I was like this. You gotta fix it, guys.
Hey, don't worry, we will. But
What are you doing on an
But-
alien spaceship?
it's
I
like,
got
what is he
tired of
doing
being
here?
scared of THEM. I finally said, bring him on.
It's like,
I built this device that lets me predict when they were gonna show
oh.
up next. Then I let them come on and take me.
But man,
So, did you get udders, or
But-
are you a bull?
Max!
That's none of our business, Max.
Right.
What happened next, Bosco?
I used the device on myself, you know, to test it. After that,
Like,
it's all a
huh, really? But where's
this
the
THEM
detector
you were
device?
talking about?
I don't know. I must have lost it in that elevator after I got turned into this thing.
Alright,
What is this?
but it's
place,
like,
Bosco?
where are we?
You guys still don't get it? This is it. The center of the entire operation of THEM.
Kinda sparse for the headquarters of a sinister cabal bent on world domination.
You don't need much room when you can go anywhere you want through time and space.
Okay, funny how that related back to the title.
The place seems pretty empty.
Right.
Where are THEY hanging out?
I don't know, but you can bet they're around here somewhere. Just waiting to probe us and turn us all into freakish animal-human hybrids.
Bosco,
Bosco,
please
come
stand
on!
Here.
Well, I mean, so are you, Max, and same with me, but still.
What's with all the volcanoes back in your store?
Guys,
Right, because it's like,
Try to keep up. Haven't you figured anything out yet? The volcano is what summons the spaceship.
because
fool.
it definitely,
Is it my
I gotta say, it's
imagination, or
pretty
are we
funny
being
how that
surrounded by
made
the guy
sense,
who's
especially
half
with that remastered cutscene at the end of episode 2. Because you never got to see that in the original, no. But, alright.
Don't go anywhere, Bosco.
Don't worry, Bosco.
where am I gonna
We
go
will
like
fix you.
Help me get back to normal,
Right.
guys.
Don't worry. Once we find the problem that happened,
Yeah,
we'll be
we're
able to
not
fix
promising more
this.
than that.
'Cause it just makes you think, how did this all happen?
There appears to be an 18% loss of efficiency in the starboard
Like-
tachyon pulse perambulator.
How in the
It'll
world
take
can
me
Sam
4
read
years to
that?
fix.
You have 30 seconds.
Oh, you have 30 seconds. Max, you're so funny.
Either we've seen a huge spike in theta wave radiation off the port bow, or I have no
Oh,
idea how
but
to
this
read
episode is gonna be really fun to play through.
That must be the alien's abduction beam.
Very nice.
Appears to be made of the finest leather from only the finest in mutilated cattle.
Don't joke about that.
Not joking about it, Bosco.
Looks like some kind of weird alien radio. Bosco's oppressors could spring out of there any moment, ray guns blazing.
Alright. But let's talk to Max.
What kinds of gruesome things do you think the aliens will do to us when they find us?
I don't know, but if I get impregnated with a grotesque alien baby, I want you to be the godfather.
Aww.
Ditto for me, pal.
Uh,
Kinds of
I don't know.
Ditto for me,
Alright.
pal. How much you think a spaceship like this costs, Max?
Too much.
Ugh.
20% of its value the second they flew it off the lot.
Well, I gotta say, Max seems to know a lot about
I
vehicles.
wonder what all these undulating tubes and flashing panels are for.
Definitely know a lot for someone trying to buy their first car.
Yes.
Don't wander too far, Max.
Try and stop me.
Try and stop me. Central
Hey, Max,
device?
What do you think this thing is?
Calibrating.
Oh, I remember this.
I now have mastered your primitive but no less valid language. Please choose from the following topics of conversation.
Alright.
Who are you?
I am this craft's artificial intelligence. I supervise the operations of this craft and the activities of its crew.
Alright.
Where's the crew?
They are currently occupied with the craft's primary mission. They will arrive shortly to detain you for your own safety.
Alright.
What happened to Bosco?
The intruder made unsanctioned use of the time
But
shuttle.
man, is it crazy just what they decided to do for this?
Simply choose a destination. Additional destinations can be opened using convenient pre-printed time cards.
We'd like to get a time card.
Print
please.
time card.
I cannot print a time card until the captain chooses a destination.
Alright.
What are my options?
My personality can be configured to respond in the style most appropriate to the user. Please choose from the following options.
I'm gonna go through these for you guys. Because I'm gonna go through these for a lot of you guys out there who love the Sam and Max series.
Oh, that is exactly how I like it.
Who are you?
The better question is, who are you?
Where's the crew?
Don't worry about them. This moment is all about us.
It is just crazy how they made these options.
Illicit use of the time shuttle and
But
just
one of them
savage
is going to be
history.
really important for later.
What happened to Bosco?
Bosco made illicit use of the time.
How do we use that elevator?
Print out a card to where you want to go and insert it
Oh my god.
slowly into the time card reader.
What are my options?
My personality can be configured to respond in the style most appropriate to the user. Please choose from the...
Alright.
Abusive.
Good choice, moron. Did you come up with that yourself, or did your idiot friend help out?
Don't be mean to
Did
Max.
it ever dawn on you I might be the ship's computer, moron?
Where's the crew?
They're away talking to people who aren't idiots, which means they're luckier than me.
Where's the crew?
They're away.
Alright.
What happened to Bosco?
Oh, gee.
Obvious
I don't know.
query.
Do you think it might have something to do with screwing around with his history, Brainiac?
How do we use that elevator?
It's a time machine. You get time cards.
But I do
Figure it
love
out,
this
moron.
episode just for really how creative it was. Because it's crazy how it didn't start up like it did usually with Sam and Max just doing the usual thing and
What are
everything.
my options?
My personality
Instead,
can be
just picking up
configured
where
to
it left
respond
off
in
with
the
them trying to
style
find
most
Bosco.
appropriate to the user. Please choose from the following options.
Alright. Passive aggressive.
Aggressive.
Selection acknowledged. I'll just alter my entire personality matrix to make you more comfortable.
Who are you?
Oh, nobody. Just the one who controls all functions of the ship's computer. That's all.
Where's the crew?
Oh, I don't know. They're off
But
somewhere.
we are gonna
You
need
to
that
take
one
care of
option for
everything.
later.
What happened to Bosco?
Oh, he just interfered with causality, leaving it for the rest of us to clean up.
What are my options?
My personality can be configured to respond in the style most appropriate to the user. Please choose from the following options.
Alright.
Abusive.
Done.
So long.
Oh my god.
Move.
Moo. Alright.
The spaceship's artificial intelligence unit is
Like,
stuck in
oh!
the elevator.
Not gonna be able. Alright. Bosco's time card. In. And pop it back. Ooh, love that little trick Sam did there. detail, Skunk Games. But man, I'm really excited for the remastered scenes coming up.
Bosco's again? How'd we end up back here?
Judging from the lack of safety railings and ready availability of guns and ammo, I'd say we've gone back in time. Seems to be sometime in the early sweet
Bosco's mother.
You fools gonna buy something, or do you want to make a baby?
It's like, most awkwardest thing to hear as soon as you walk right into a store. Which is definitely pretty crazy.
Hey Max.
Oh, I hear that the music was changed up.
We gave it to Bosco
Oh
so he could keep
yeah,
spotting his weenies.
Max.
Looks like he's made some modifications to it.
And it's like, it makes you wonder what they did with it after episode 4. Alright, but let's talk to Mama Bosco.
That's Ms. Bosco. I don't want any part of your oppressive patriarchy.
Fair enough, ma'am. Miss, you.
Who are you?
Sam and Max, freelance police.
Yeah!
Finally, the police. Maybe you can help me.
And it's crazy what happened.
Which fool did you want us to catch exactly?
That man who just came in here yelling about conspiracies and busting up the place.
Bosco always did know how to make a memorable
Well, I
first
mean,
impression.
right, because seeing his own mother after he went back in time is must have been pretty crazy. Because after all...
Can you tell us more about the man who trashed your shop?
He took one look at me and screamed.
That should narrow the list of suspects down to any man with eyes.
I know he probably didn't, because I know he didn't mean to cause any harm or anything.
We can't take the case, but we'll keep an eye out for your vandal, Miss Bosco.
I swear if I ever find him,
Because it's
I'm gonna
pretty,
make sure he gets no pleasure
guys,
in this
it's
life.
pretty funny just the fact that Bosco's mom has been after her own son this whole time. Wow.
We can't take the case.
But still, crazy to think how Bosco's definitely been paranoid this whole time.
We're here to help your son.
I don't have a son. You think it's not enough I'm a businesswoman and inventor? A woman's only useful if she's got a son.
It's not that.
Oh,
We're friends
no.
with him.
Well, acquaintances.
We know him.
We've
spoken to him more than once.
Doesn't matter. I'm not defined by my children. But when I do have one, she's gonna be the most perfect little angel.
Crazy to think how she thought that she was gonna have a girl, yet it turned out to be, you know, Bosco. But
what was that you said about making a baby?
I'm made uncomfortable by this line of questioning, Sam.
That's just because you're scared of a world where career-minded women don't need to be tied to a man to have a family. This ain't the past anymore. It's the 1960s.
I can understand just how she just wanted a baby girl.
I can invent a baby-making machine.
But how does the baby maker work?
You just take a DNA sample from the
Because of Bosco going back in time, he definitely screwed with some
Let it bake
things.
a couple hours and you've got a beautiful baby girl. Or boy, I guess. I've already got my own samples in there. I'm gonna test it out tonight after closing.
How do you get the DNA samples?
Isn't that obvious? Saliva, fool.
Right.
Well, naturally.
This is like, yeah.
Of course.
Alright, but who's the father?
Oh, him. Well, I was just in Washington, D.C.
like,
for a special occasion, and when I was touring the White House, I met a nice man in a dark suit. He was polite and didn't say much. Seemed like his spit was as good as anybody else's, so I picked him.
Like, So we gotta keep an eye out for a guy in a dark suit. Alright.
See you later, Miss Bosco.
We're gonna pick up some.
But this scene was just shocking right here, but also pretty crazy and funny.
Cut it out, Max. You don't even like girls.
Oh,
Right, because it's like, Max, you don't even like girls.
Nah, just never interested.
It's like,
with all the general malice I have to get done in a day, girls are just a huge waste of time.
it's like,
I have never been
oh my god.
What?
You just never found
Wow.
the right woman, and I never found the right man. Forget the baby maker.
It's like,
Catastrophic
wow,
anomaly detected.
Max made Bosco's mom fall in love with him.
Curse my irresistible animal magnetism.
Darn it, Max!
Miss Bosco, I really think you should reconsider.
I can already see us.
Now Bosco's never gonna be born.
Nice detective.
Well, it would be nice having someone to do
It's
my
like,
laundry.
wait,
Even wear clothes.
but
And yet, I always end up with so many bloodstained shirts.
it's like, where do the bloodstained shirts come from?
Think of your children. What about that?
I won't need kids once I have the love of my Max. He'll be my new little pet project.
Oh my god.
Think of your...
Now he'll be my...
Max just isn't that into you.
Right!
Geez, Sam, show a little tact.
Max!
What he means to say is, there is absolutely no way, no how I would ever
Oh my-
be interested in you. until
Okay, I
you
just
really
love how he
consumed
really
by
puts the
flames of our
emphasis there on
exploding
ever.
sun.
You say that now.
Max is belligerent, recalcitrant, and quite possibly psychotic.
So you're jealous, is that it? Want to keep him all to yourself?
I never knew you felt this way, Sam.
Temporal anomaly detected.
Shut up. It's not like that. Max is no good for you.
Oh, I can fix him.
But Max doesn't even like girls!
Not a nuisance at best.
Hasn't been interested since... When did that start
Right.
exactly?
I think it all goes back
Right.
to that time we were...
I think I heard that there was actually a deleted scene where
It's been ever
there
since
would have been a
junior high.
scene where it explained that. I don't know, because I would have to take a look around, but I remember a little bit. 'Cause, I don't know. Alright. But it was definitely back to junior
Wasting your
high,
time, Miss
so
Bosco.
we're
Max just
but we're
isn't
gonna have to
interested.
find a way
The
to get
more he protests,
Bosco's
the more
mother to
I
fall
know
out of
he's the
love
one.
with Max.
About you and Max.
You
Oh,
mean
wait
the
a minute.
future?
I forgot to go through Max's dialogue.
I'm a bad seed. I can't be faithful to just one woman.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm enough for at least a dozen women. You dog, you.
Oh my.
We're from different
I just
worlds.
love going through all these
I'm from
dialogue
Earth, and
options.
you're from the freakiest planet of the freak system.
Opposites attract, baby. You're the only
Max.
man not falling over himself to get me.
Wow.
We're from different worlds. I'm from Earth, and you're from...
You're the only...
Alright.
I'm president of the U.S., and you'd make a lousy first lady.
You just don't know what you want.
Max.
I may not be the first, but I'm the last lady you'll ever need.
I'm married to my career.
They had the ceremony in Canada because it's legal there.
All those excuses you keep making just prove you need me.
I'm married to my career.
They had
All those...
Funny how Max says he's married to his career literally
Just
like
looking at
that.
you repulses me.
And that's from a guy who has a 12-volume scrapbook labeled Things I Have Shed.
Huh.
You can try to push me away, but I know how
Wonder
you
what the
really
scrapbook
feel.
is about. Well, just what's in it.
I think I'd rather take napalm in an IV drip while being pulled through a wheat thresher than spend another second with you.
You can't get rid of me that easy.
Alright.
Look, lady, you just don't
Right.
get it.
Right.
I'm just not
But we're
into
gonna
you.
need to find a way
Keep on
to
protesting.
fix this.
It just makes me know you're the one.
Alright. But while we're still here, let's take a look around.
9mm hollow.
Definitely
points are
crazy to
always
see
spectral.
how Bosco's store was before he took over.
Nations rise and nations fall, but those hot weenies will outlast us all.
The fact that
The one
Bosco,
constant across all
that
human
everything
cultures
was
of all times
different
is a
when
massive amount
Bosco's
of waste.
mom ran the store. Especially considering the fact she had
They're
a lot of different firearms in stock. Alright, but talk to Max.
What are we doing here in the past again?
Aren't we trying to get Bosco back to the way we've always known him?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. And
Oh, that's
are we
right.
doing That again?
Well, it beats having to think up new insults.
All right.
How are you enjoying the 60s?
We're here in the
Max?
I want
60s.
to get out of here before they start swinging, Sam.
Remember, Max, if we see a hippie, just shoot to wound. We don't want to kill the parents of any important scientists or something.
Right, because all the best scientists have names like Tree and Sunshine.
Wow, Mama Bosco really
All right.
fell for you hard.
That's like,
She's
yeah.
only human.
And it's human nature to want most the thing you can never have?
I guess, Confucius. I just mean I'd be more into her if she were a cyborg or moth creature or something. Just plain girls are dumb.
Huh.
Are you going to leave a broken heart in every time period we visit, Max?
I hope so. A broken kneecap, at least.
Oh,
I can see why Mama Bosco's so in love with you.
yeah.
Hang loose, Max.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
to hang.
All right. Let's check over here.
Baby food and bum wipes. If you use less of one, you wouldn't need as many of the other. Looks like a
Right,
weird bread
here's-
making machine.
Don't
Here's
be
the baby
silly.
making
That's my
machine.
baby maker. You take a spit sample from the mother and one from the father, mix them together in that machine, and then out comes a happy little bundle of perfection.
Finally, somebody explains how that works.
That's not the generally agreed upon method, Max.
Right.
What's
Oh,
this?
but here's a
It's my
chemical
chemical
sampler.
sample. Get somebody to spit on it, and it gives you a sample test tube for the baby maker.
Mind if we borrow it?
Go ahead. I already got all I need.
All right.
What a waste.
But as we can
What a
see,
senseless
when
waste.
Bosco came through here, it accidentally spilled the milk,
This sample has been completely contaminated by milk.
contaminating
It'll have
the
to be
milk.
replaced.
Well, with the sample getting contaminated by milk,
This sample has been completely it'll have to be replaced.
making Bosco the way he is now into a cow
Cold
instead
orange
of
things you suck
instead
never
of
go
fully
outside.
human. So we're gonna need to find out who the father is. Well, the right sample to make Bosco
Milk and
the way he
hooch.
was again.
Something for the kitties and something for your cereal.
Yay! Right. But let's go through the bathroom, as there is something else we're gonna need to get. Alright, and as we can see, definitely different from when Bosco's mom was
Oh,
still
the germs
running
look
the
so young.
store.
My paws are spotless.
Definitely seems like
We're better
we're
at
Mama
parts numbers than
Bosco.
you, John.
Definitely
a nice
make you
aged bottle
keep
of
it
Nippy
the
Valley
store in
brand
check.
vinegar.
Ah, some idiot left the cork in, Sam.
Yeah,
It's
you
so
guys
wine.
realize that was you now, don't you?
Let's just let that breathe for a few decades, Max.
Yeah. It'll definitely be important to you guys in the future.
No timeout needed. I'm still fairly sure I can hold it.
Oh. Damn.
Russians send first woman into space.
Soon they'll send all their women into space.
Alright, but let's talk to Max.
Why'd we come in here again?
I just assumed you had to go number one.
Nah, I save it all up for between cases. I guess we might as well look around while we're here. Mama Bosco keeps
Alright,
this place
but
a lot more sanitary
definitely-
than her son ever did.
Well, she's got one big advantage. We haven't been born yet.
Oh.
We've got to stop meeting like this.
Apparently when Sam and
A
Max
little
were born,
privacy,
things were
please. I
crazy.
can't make wisecracks with anybody looking at me.
Max. Stay close, Max.
Not too close.
But I'm really excited because even after I finished season 2 of Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space season 2 Remastered, I would love to do a prediction video because I know with
It's Mama
season
Bosco's baby
3,
making machine. The mother
it
sample
definitely
is off,
showed,
but the father sample is
well,
open.
I mean, but the other thing I found really interesting is how this episode kind of branched off into 2 separate timelines that you guys are definitely going to see once we get later into the episode. Right.
What do you think
Let's
you're
go to
doing?
the elevator.
You know, the usual. Traveling through time.
Override. You've caused a catastrophic temporal anomaly.
Oh,
You're
shoot.
going back to the ship so you can think about what you've done.
No! We're sorry. We didn't mean to. Because, I mean, it was just an accident. But now we can see Bosco's becoming transparent.
Just look at what you did.
Like,
Sam, what's a catastrophic temporal paradox?
the fact that Bosco's ceasing to exist.
Max, when you made Mama Bosco decide not to have a baby, that meant Bosco was never born.
Darn it!
But if Bosco was never born, then we never would have gone back to meet Mama Bosco in the first place. Neat.
Max,
Are you
no!
just gonna stand there explaining everything?
We have to
Or are
fix
you gonna
this.
Fix me?
Sheesh. Give a guy a cool
I have to
cowboy,
make her
and all of a sudden he's the
not
owner
wanna
of the
be with
time
you.
stream.
Oh, right,
Did
but...
you miss us?
What have you two been doing all this time?
Hanging out with your mom.
Real classy, guys. Fine, don't help me.
Feeling better, Bosco?
Alright.
I don't know, you guys. I still feel kinda distant. What did you guys do?
We kind of made it so that you've never been born. Whoops.
But being born is one of the greatest things I ever did.
Right!
Fix it, you fools.
Existence isn't something you can just ask for, Bosco.
What?
You've got
Max!
to earn it.
Come on.
How's life as a paradox treating you, Bosco?
Oh, it sucks, man. I want to exist all the way again. Do something.
Alright.
How is this THEM detector supposed to work again?
It's a highly sophisticated technology that works based on a target person. You scan somebody with it, then use that to open a new destination for the time machine.
Alright.
Finally, a straight answer. I don't know why they started outsourcing tech support to store owners on spaceships.
Can you describe your father for me?
Right.
Man, I thought you guys were detectives. Haven't you figured out I was a
But
test tube?
still.
My mama didn't need a man. I got everything
Still,
from her.
did she ever tell you who your father was?
Conspiracies out to kill you.
Right.
That's a chemical imbalance, that's all.
Yeah, no, Bosco. I wouldn't say that.
Are you sure you can't give us any leads on your father?
Right.
Mama mentioned once she met him at the White House.
Are you sure you can't give us any leads on your father?
We've got to go break
All
up
right.
with your mother.
We gotta go break up with your mother. Yeah, you do, Max. Hey. I'm trying to get Bosco to do that one thing. That he did in the original. Or I think if you wander around for a little bit, he tells Max to move on after saying move. Looks like I'm not gonna be able to get him to do it, but okay. Head right back to Mama Bosco's and get what we need. But man, I like how the music for Bosco's was definitely different. The pass. Pass.
What was that?
A little bit
I
of
printed a time card with a presidential seal and some strange numbers.
mixed up in the words there with, you know, pass and past. Ugh. Alright.
It's our old carbon dater with Bosco's printer attachment.
Oh, hey! And there's the Oval Office card.
It printed a time card with Stinky's logo on it.
All right.
It's our old carbon dater with Bosco's printer attachment. It's for taking chemical samples of people's spit and other things. It's a time card for the Oval Office at the White House. It's a time card for Stinky's restaurant. Sometimes I just like to look at it.
Oh, Sam. Alright, but let's place those in there, and now we got more options. Alright, but first, let's head to the Oval Office. And I just love how crazy this episode gets. But I really can't wait to show you guys the huge thing that is going to be a big lead-in for when Season 3 happens.
I don't think so, Max. Take a look around.
The music's different here.
Oval Office visitors. Next tour begins in 30
Agent
minutes.
Super Ball!
Time before the horrific sequence of events that led to
Right, with the whole hypnosis conspiracy led by Hugh Bliss.
This will not stand.
This will not stand. Oh. Max.
Whoever chose this lamp was taking liberties with the concept of good taste. We choose to go to the gift shop and buy this snow globe.
Yay!
Not because it is pretty, but because it is cheap.
Alright,
A true
badges.
Diesel Scout would keep his merit badges on him at all times.
Be prepared. Be very prepared.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they couldn't fit a television on there.
Alright, let's see how Max is doing.
Looks the same
Nice to see this return.
60s.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd take that as a challenge from the other
Oh.
first ladies, but you just never stepped up to the plate.
I wonder who Mama Bosco's spit donor could be.
This
Don't
is
know.
crazy, sexy Washington, D.C. at the beginning of a cultural revolution, Sam. I bet there's more spitting going on than at a wine tasting.
I'm glad we never run into more than a couple of other people, no matter where we go.
We always seem
Well,
to
I
know
mean-
the perfect season to travel.
Yeah. But I'm really excited what Limited Runs Games is gonna do for the Season 2 Collector's Edition once it comes out.
far in the past,
Because
I
I'm
assume
really
yours was
excited to
still
see
black.
what little mementos they might put in from Sam and Max's. Well, just what Skunk Ape Games might put in for the Collector's Edition of this game. Because I myself am really excited to see
It's the
just what they
official
do.
calendar of the United States. The best part of being president is changing the date for the entire country.
I
Yay!
don't want to change the date right now. I'm temporarily confused enough as it is.
I'm already temporarily confused enough as it is. Oh,
All over
Max.
our country. I wonder who's in this picture.
It probably came with the frame.
Annals of Americana.
Oh, Nutcracker George
In
Washington.
my mouth and I'll crack 'em.
Please don't make fun of nuts.
Oh. The return of that joke.
Having 50 of these pillows would make the place a lot more comfy.
We can build a fort.
Max. Right?
If I remember my history correctly, today's the day of the pivotal Rat Peace Accords. We'd better not disturb them.
Right.
Foreign policy for ninjas.
Right? But let's talk to Agent
Hi there,
Super Ball.
random Secret Service agent.
I can answer any of your questions. Please don't touch anything. I'm Agent Super Ball.
Right, because we don't want him to get
It's a code name,
suspicious.
sir. I'm a bouncer. Secret Service humor.
All
In the future, we
right.
know a guy who looks just like you with the
Because
same
they
name.
wouldn't
I've
know.
never seen you before. And there
That-
couldn't be another Agent Super Ball, sir.
Well, I
The code
mean-
names are unique.
Huh?
Oh, Super Bowl. I get it.
Oh.
Where's the president?
He's in the war room. Important national crisis. And when I said national crisis, I meant to say he's
Oh
just
my
lost.
god.
We are not at the brink of war with Cuba.
All right,
Not at the
Sam,
brink of
our
war
mission
with
is clear.
Cuba.
Nuke the commie
I
bastard.
think we've seen enough.
No,
of the
no, no, no,
war
no,
before.
no, Max,
You're
no.
right, Sam.
No.
Having to hurt people from a distance takes all the fun out of it anyway.
All right.
What do you think of the president?
He's the greatest man who ever lived, sir.
Oh, these poor bastards of the 60s having to grow up in a world without David Arquette.
All right.
Heard any good gossip about the president?
Right.
Extra toes or nipples, can't talk to the press with slices of ham stuffed down his pants. Stuff like that.
The president is beyond reproach, sir. I won't hear any more of it.
All right.
How long have you been working for the White House?
Just a few months. I've already been assigned
Right.
the first door.
That's all you do? Guard this door?
Guard the
Not
door.
at all, sir. I also provide tours, run the patent office,
It's
and
like,
narrate public service announcements.
oh,
That's a lot of work for one man.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
still new. In 40 years, I'll be promoted to receptionist.
But
We need your help with something official.
What will it be, sir?
all right.
We'd like a tour of the office.
Very well, sir. That's a desk. There's a couch.
Oh,
Another couch is
that's
there.
pretty
A
funny.
calendar, some pictures. The door you see behind me is 100% northwestern white pine with an interior flat jam in.
That's plenty, thanks.
I just love. I'm really excited to see more of the
We've already covered
remastered
the
scene.
desk, calendar, and pictures. So more about this door.
On second thought, we'll explore on our own. We want exclusive rights to produce our latest invention.
All
We
right.
wish to crush competing inventors to see them driven before us and hear the lamentations of their patent lawyers.
Very well. What'll it be?
All right.
It's for a baby crib that rocks itself, using a motor powered by angry bees.
That's clever, sir.
But this
I
is gonna
can't
be
just issue a
something
patent
we're
on an
gonna
idea.
need
I'd need a sample
do
of the
later.
invention, plus an explanation of what makes it unique.
All
We
right.
want exclusive rights to produce our latest.
Very well.
I like going through all the
It's a
options.
formula for cat litter that explodes when it comes into contact with urine.
That's clever,
Oh.
sir. But I can't just issue a patent on an idea. I'd need a sample of the invention, plus an explanation of what
Oh
makes it
my
unique.
god. What makes it
We want
unique?
exclusive.
Very well.
It's a perpetual motion engine driven by racial tension.
That's clever, sir. But I can't just. I'd need a sample.
All right.
We want exclusive
Very well.
All right. One more.
colostomy bags made of bubble wrap. As much fun to pop as they are to wear.
That's clever, sir. But I can't just. I'd need.
All right. We want a
We
narration.
narrate a public service announcement.
All right. Are your cigarettes killing you? As unbelievable as it might seem,
I gotta say,
cigarettes
Agent
outside
Superball
the
is
US
definitely
actually contain
funny.
chemicals that are addictive and possibly
Really has
even
its funny
harmful.
moments
For
throughout
your own
these
safety and that of your children,
episodes.
Smoke only homeland-grown tobacco.
It's like,
the kind doctors recommend for your good health.
Yeah, no, that ain't good for your health. Yeah, all right. We want
Hear
more.
another public
Sorry if you
service
guys hear
announcement.
squawking in the background.
Do you know
Just
how
guard
to
spirit.
recognize a communist? Look for the telltale signs. All
Oh, hey,
communists are
funny
designated
funny
in
how
the
that
next
relates back to
aid them as they
how
steal American
Telltale
secrets.
is in there,
Communists also
considering that
secrete a
Telltale
brownish
Games
viscous
made
residue from their palms,
these
which can be found
episodes
on their homes,
originally.
children, and pets. Now you know, for a better America.
All right,
We want to hear another public service announcement.
like,
Those were the only ones.
but
I
it's
know,
like,
sir.
why are those the only ones you know?
Just keep guarding that door.
All right,
Did you see a strange woman in here a while ago?
right.
Assertive career woman, asking everyone to spit.
That's the one.
Yes, sir. I admired her independent spirit and sass.
All right.
We came here.
We're
from the
time
far
travelers.
future.
Aren't you amazed and surprised?
Isn't that shocking?
I've seen a lot of things, sir. It takes a lot to shock me.
Oh, really?
All right. We'll
I bet
shock
we could
you.
surprise you.
Can't be done, sir. I'm imperturbable.
Oh, but these are pretty funny.
We come from the beginning of the 21st century.
In the future, television is sent through thick cables instead of being sent through the air.
Does that not blow your ever-loving mind?
Not really, sir. I'm not easily startled.
Not really. But we are gonna try to get him startled.
New sons.
And we want to live in your house.
Oh my god.
Questionable parentage.
And we're both axe murderers.
Oh.
I'm voting for Barry Goldwater.
Nice how they try to
Like
be
I said,
really
sir, I'm
shocking
not startled
like
easily.
that.
He
Alright.
killed your dog.
I'm surprised, sir.
Really?
Yes, surprised that you try that one again. It never works.
Alright.
All right, we give up.
But we are gonna be able to
Nice
find...
try, sirs. I almost
But
felt
we
my
are gonna be
frustrating
able to
grief there.
find something that's gonna really shock him.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. Bring out the modified carbon dater.
Nah, nothing doing. It printed out a card with the Intergalactic Freelance Police logo.
Oh, yeah! I remember basically where it shows the future version of Sam and Max. Oh, wait a minute.
It printed a time card with our logo on it.
Oh, hey! Awesome. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, here. Let me pull out... Alright, so if we try to get
Hey,
the
Super Bowl,
spit
would you
sample
mind spitting
for
on
him...
this? It's for a science project.
Can't, sir. I never spit. Unless I'm startled or under extreme distress.
Right, because... we are going to be able to find something a little bit. Right? That in there, and then that in there. Let's go to Stinky's next. But man, I forgot I could scan Sam to be able to get the card. Right, but here we are in Stinky's. Oh my god. Before
What do you two
Girl
want?
Stinky
It's
made...
the one true
Yeah, Grandpa Stinky.
See you. Why?
Oh,
Still.
well,
it's
I
a new
mean,
person to
because
talk to.
technically,
Look, Sam, it's us as impressionable preteens.
well, technically, Sam and Max said that he got murdered in the future. Well, believe that he got murdered, but still. But man, am I really loving...
F plus.
Oh, wow.
That's failing well or failing poorly.
Yeah.
Gooey molasses tar cake.
Me. But also, no. Very hard on the stomach.
Old Stinky was the only one who could make a restaurant feel like home.
Aww. And it's like, wait a
I
minute.
knew Girl Stinky didn't really salvage this from the Titanic
God,
Part
she
2.
lied! But man, this is exciting to see the remastered look of Stinky's restaurant. Back when...
Check this out. It's from 1963.
Back before
and
Girl
it's signed
Stinky
by the
took
president.
over.
My dearest
It's like,
Maxine.
huh.
Meet me tonight at Stinky's.
Wow, and it shows the picture.
Highlight. The one where I
It's
can
like-
see your
it's
holy.
like-
I didn't think they knew that word back then.
The president's
It's
wife
like,
wasn't named
huh?
Maxine.
What is this, the Temperance League? Lighten up!
Looks
Oh.
like this case has a screw loose.
It's
Another
like,
satisfied
wait.
customer.
It's like, wait a minute. The devil was here?
There's just the one song. As Stinky would say, if you don't like it, go deaf.
Oh, that really sounds like the Stinky that Sam and Max love.
Looks like Girl Stinky was telling the truth for once. The gooey molasses tar cake really is an old family recipe.
Alright.
It couldn't hurt to take just a sample.
All
We should
right.
have those results for you in about a week, Mr. Cake.
Mr.
Now
Cake.
Turn your head and cough.
But let's talk to Grandpa Stinky after finally hearing about him for a few episodes. We finally get to meet him.
Although we do still have a time
Well,
machine,
almost 3
so I
episodes,
wouldn't
but
completely rule out
still.
the possibility.
That's gross, Max.
But Max,
We bring a warning
We're from the future.
In about 25 years, you're going to be
It's like,
murdered.
Murdered my swollen pancreas.
oh,
I once wrestled 4 rabid grizzlies.
I
Standing
love
on the
Grandpa
back of a
Stinky's
rutted
updated look.
alligator While being pelted with Karari-tipped darts and fighting off a case of irritable bowel syndrome. I'd like to meet the man who could murder old Stinky.
It's not exactly a guy, but girl.
Honest, Stinky, we're detectives, and we've seen all the evidence. You're gonna get offed.
When? How? And who?
I like how Sam and Max at least try to warn Stinky about how he's
Detective
probably,
is really more of
he's
a
probably,
catch-all term for
well, just
guys
how
with
he's gonna
guns.
die in the future.
Some woman claiming to be your granddaughter has taken over your restaurant.
Granddaughter my cleft palate. I never had any children.
It's like,
Really?
Hmm,
A
really?
cantankerous, misanthropic, hairy old cuss like you would be great with kids.
Perhaps. Someday.
Yeah, I don't want to rush you, Stinky, but if you're planning kids, you're gonna have to get on that pretty quick.
alright,
We'll order something.
we're ready to order.
We'll take a pan-fried red panda.
It's like, huh?
Can't you see? I'm so close to perfecting my gooey molasses tar cake. I can't be arsed to cook for you hooligans when I got so much cooking to do.
It's like, the
What's a
gooey
gooey molasses
molasses
tar
tar cake.
It's based on my ancient family recipe. But my proud, knuckle-dragging forefathers never thought to use my secret ingredient.
The blood
What
of
is
innocence.
the secret ingredient?
Nutmeg.
You're both wrong, and you're both stupid. It's the one thing no one has ever thought to use before.
I'll test your tar cake for you, Stinky.
Sam can and will eat anything.
Right, because I have seen him do that before.
Just waltz into a restaurant and order something to eat. You're just trying to find out my secret ingredient.
No,
But
no.
you won't, because it's the one thing no one has ever thought to use.
Alright.
We're from the Public Health Board.
Almost none of the vermin in this establishment are wearing federally approved hairnets.
Government types.
Max.
Weak and pathetic.
Oh my
lot of
god.
You can't even begin to comprehend
Oh.
what I'm doing here. My dishes will challenge the weak and weed out the inferiors. You jelly-jawed lip flappers.
Oh.
Only the strongest will survive. It will be glorious.
Oh, Grandpa Stinky.
So, are you going to show us to our table or what?
Oh my god.
How are the 80s treating you, Stinky?
What are you two still doing here?
It's like,
Animals
what?
allowed in my diner.
It's okay.
But-
We're service animals.
But Kid Sam and Max are here.
Could we be seated already?
No shirt, no shoes.
It's
no
like-
service.
We're being discriminated against, Sam.
It's okay, Max. Okay.
Thanks for the chat, Stinky.
Just go away and die.
But most of all, thanks for just being you.
Aw. That was really nice, Max. It's like, woo, memorable
Is
toast.
that toast, Lincoln?
Well, the toast shy guy would definitely love that from SMG4.
Hey, little guy. What are you scamps up to?
And now we get to
Oh,
talk to
we
Kid
played
Sam and
Master
Max.
Blaster, the newest and
Oh,
best
they
video
look
game
so
ever
much more
made.
adorable
Duh.
than... They really look so much more adorable in the remaster. Because you can really
Shouldn't you
see
kids
the
be doing
update
something
in their
constructive?
models.
Or at least less nerdy?
Oh, come on, Sam. This is awesome.
You do anything you want every day,
You
Max.
do anything you want every day, Max.
Why don't you kids go outside and play?
Why would I go outside when my best friend's in here?
Gee, Max.
Aw.
Sam's here too.
Really, Max?
Why don't you kids go outside and play?
Why would I?
Gee, Max.
Oh yeah, Sam.
What's so
I
great
just
about this
love
video game?
getting to
Are
see
you
how...
kidding? This game
I
is the
love
only
seeing
game
how
that really
we're
understands
witnessing
me.
just a past moment in Sam and Max's life right here. Which is pretty awesome to see how creative Telltale got with that for this episode.
Wouldn't it be healthier to get your validation from other people?
People are dumb and they just don't get me.
You're the greatest.
See, it's like the game knows what I'm thinking.
Alright.
Playing that game so much is unhealthy, little guy.
You're awesome!
Unhealthy to hear the truth? I don't think so.
I
All
vaguely
right.
remember something very important about this day. What was it?
There was my party. Duh.
Don't forget that prom and after prom kissing.
It's
ritual
like,
tonight,
oh, it was his birthday!
Great job! You're getting better!
And the prom was today.
Max. That prom sounds like a fun and informative time for a young person. Why aren't you
Prom.
Couldn't
I
you
never
get a
got to
date?
go to prom.
Loser. You're the loser.
I would have
Loser.
loved to,
No, you
though.
are. Jenny
But-
Talarico asked me to go, but I
It's
turned her down.
Like,
She just
oh,
doesn't get me like
why?
Buster Blaster does.
Great move! You almost dodged it!
And then we,
there? Wasn't Jenny Talarico
It's
the girl
like,
who had a crush on you for
wow,
years, Max?
so
I don't know. I never noticed.
you really had a crush on
They call her
Max.
Jenny Tungarico, cause she'll kiss anybody,
It's like,
and she uses her whole
oh.
mouth. Gross.
There's lots of neat stuff about girls.
It's
You'll
like-
realize once you take that first step to adulthood.
Why bother? I've got everything I need right here.
You're the best!
Alright.
Just say
But
no.
we're gonna need to be able to find a way to be able to get Max away from the
Hey,
game,
champ, what are you working
from the
on?
game, so we'll
We're
go
not
to
supposed
prom.
talk to strangers.
But we're strangers who have candy, cool guns you can play with.
Well, that
Wow.
should be okay. I'm working on my new
Great to,
arcade game.
great to
Buster
state the
Blaster.
obvious, Max. That kids aren't supposed to do when strangers are around. Alright.
What are you doing with Buster Blaster? I built him from a kid.
And it's
Now I'm
crazy
just
to
working on the AI.
see that it was revealed that Bluster Blaster
Nerd, Sam.
was created by Sam.
All this
So
time
technically,
you spent
Bluster
talking to the
Blaster
cops, and you
dad
never
is
once
Sam.
mentioned You're the guy who built Bluster Blaster.
Just never seemed relevant, I guess.
Right. But also, you know. Alright.
What's wrong with the video game? It's fine, I guess. But with only a 1 megahertz processor and this 8-bit I/O
I
adapter,
see how
the
that
AI doesn't
great
get enough
Sam was
cycles.
with
Jam the
tech.
Bingo, Chubs. Just give me the recap. It'd be easy enough to download a
When he
new
was a
AI,
kid.
but I haven't found one that's any good.
It's like,
What was that you needed for your video game again? A new artificial intelligence, Grandpa. Don't you grown-ups know anything about computers?
I love his little t-shirt.
Shouldn't you kids be outside playing or dating or whatnot? Outside? It's 8 o'clock at night.
It's like,
If I was
huh?
your age, I would have set fire to at least 4 different categories of things by this hour.
Oh,
You would
Max.
have been playing that video game all day, just like he is.
Don't you sass me, boy!
Oh.
Lucky that you grew up to be the only one who knows how to use the time machine.
And I question that because of season 3, Max.
Aren't you worried you're turning into something of a, well,
Oh, come on,
Dweeb,
Sam.
doof,
You're
dorkwad?
cool like
who
this.
cares? I don't need you guys or anybody else. Max never calls me names.
That's right, Poindexter.
Aw.
Shot!
Wouldn't you rather grow up to be
Oh,
as cool as I
but-
am? With a boss
This
car
scene
and a
was
pepper
crazy
gun
right
and a huge
here.
gun? Would I have to be as fat as you too?
Sam was willing to kill his younger self just because he called him fat. That is crazy. Just really shows how
There's got to be something more constructive.
Sam does
to do
not
than
like
work on
his
this game
weight
all
being
night.
judged.
Well, there is that prom at the school tonight. This year's theme is summer.
Don't worry,
for
Sam,
local
I don't
design.
judge you.
Lame.
Lame, lame.
Well said!
I think you are awesome.
A smooth kid like you must have dozens of girls wanting to go to the prom with you.
Don't lie to the boy, Sam.
No, all the girls are into Max because he's mean to
Oh,
them. And also,
I
he
think
doesn't
he looks
complain when they dress him up in
adorable.
their doll clothes.
Ah, the precious memories.
Let's stick to one neurosis at a time, Max.
all right.
Don't you want to get out and meet more sexy young people your age? Yeah, who's got time for that? My video game is so close to perfect.
You're amazing!
Oh, Bluster Blaster, you know me too well.
Don't you want to get out and meet more sexy young people your age? Yeah, who's got time for that?
You're
Oh,
All right.
Make good choices, son. Didn't you guys say
But
I could
man-
do it? We lied, kid.
We lied, kid.
It's a good life lesson.
Right. For little kids not to play with guns is a good thing.
As long as you promise to bring it back. I hate to think what would happen if I had to stop working on computers. Yeah. Sure thing, kid.
Oh my god. Alright, but we are gonna need it to get right into the letter display case.
Max, distract Stinky for me.
Distract Stinky for me. It's like, oh, what distraction is gonna come up with?
Real smooth, little buddy.
It's really funny how Max came up with that kind of distraction for when Sam was stealing the letter. Really funny.
It's a letter from the president to a movie starlet named Maxine LePew back in 1963, asking for a rendezvous at Stinky's.
Alright.
Would you mind giving us
If we try to get a spit sample from Stinky?
Spit sample? Just order some food.
No thanks.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't remember us being such socially
It's like,
maladjusted nerds in our youth.
Socially maladjusted what? We were kings of the arcade!
Keep shooting for the stars,
Man. It's been a little bit since I've been to an arcade. I would love to be able to play games in there again.
I wonder how things would have been different if we dated more in school. Or dated at all.
Or dated at all.
Go, Sam. A high score lasts forever.
Well, I don't know, unless there's a hard reset on the consoles.
Bluster Blaster was a lot more polite and encouraging way back
Well, I
then. I
mean,
wonder what got into him.
He wised
you
up
guys
and saw
did
that nice
event
is boring.
in a little
You
bit.
gotta have edge, or you get crushed along with all the other pill bugs.
You're embarrassing when you try to act cynical, Max. Remember all those wild and wacky trends and events from the 80s, Max?
Do I? What was the deal with those jodhpurs and powdered wigs we all wore?
The Louisiana Purchase. What were we thinking?
Cotton gins? I mean, really.
Fellini's Satyricon became the voice of a generation.
The Smoot Holly Terrifact. Crazy!
We're not very good
Crazy.
at this nostalgia business, are we?
It may
Well, I
not
mean,
seem
you
like
guys
it
really
now.
do bring back the nostalgia with these remasters and all.
Smell you later, homeboy.
Totally.
Oh, Sam and Max. Alright. What? Alright. Let's head right for the future. The intergalactic freelance police. Max's office. In the future. But man, is it awesome seeing all this.
Look, Sam, more visitors.
The
Oh,
details!
how to use a light bulb with that.
And it's
Hey
like,
there, Sam.
oh no! Okay.
Guess we couldn't afford 2 tape drives.
Man, am I really loving the remastered soundtracks.
Whoa!
It's like, wait a minute.
I hate pack rats.
I hate pack rats. Wait a minute.
Whoa!
Hey, wait a
I
minute.
hate pack rats.
I would definitely have to check that out later and slow the scene down, because I think I saw some stuff from Season 3 in there.
It's an obituary from the local paper.
More trophies from our victims. Who'd we get this time?
Alright.
Local mariachi Pedro died this week due to complications from...
From what? A perfectly aimed bullet to the evildoer's cold black heart?
I can't read the rest. It's too blurry.
Alright.
High-tech rats. What future dystopia is this?
Don't know. Oh, but
Like we kept Bosco's model
but here's
volcano
Bosco's
after all these
Mall
years.
Volcano.
Blowing things up for science will never go out of style.
Oh, Max. But because of that,
It says Stinky stick.
but because of keeping that volcano,
Recipe. Number
it
one
did
throughout
cause
the
a
entire
huge
galaxy
mess.
with secret ingredient vitamin 13.
It can't be all that big a secret if it's on the poster.
Vitamin
Maybe secrets are
13.
different in the future.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
With this bad boy, we'll never need
It's
another
like,
file cabinet.
oh. Yeah, there's the one file cabinet over there. Oh, but
Not much use for this anymore.
man, is it crazy getting to interact with Sam and Max's past and future
Therapy is
selves.
timeless. embarrassing. This is 30 start dates behind.
Sam and Max.
When did the Jetsons move in? There goes the neighborhood.
Right, but talk to future Sam?
Hello, future me.
Definitely a reference to Doctor Who. Doctor Who
Use these things together.
with his little chair.
How goes the case, future me? I can't reach it. Keep up the good work.
And Sam definitely gained dementia in the future.
I think I'll leave him to his memories. Hey, future Max.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey!
Look, Sam, more visitors for your special day. Comically backwards past versions of our...
Oh my god.
Nah, I want to keep these shoestrings.
That's nice, Sam.
Aw. Oh, hang on a second. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, but let's get right back into it.
The future is a baffling potpourri of peculiar sights and odors.
Right.
Yes, our advanced world must be frightening and confusing to you.
I don't know, it seems pretty simple to me.
21st century brains can understand.
So much in the office has changed.
Right.
Oh, the wonders I could show the two of you if I wasn't afraid of violating the time stream. Yeah, the time stream's asking for it.
Facts.
Well, okay. In the future, we can make phone calls to other people even when we're not at home.
Not shocking.
And our cars now have additional brake lights above the rear seats.
Not shocking at all.
What about robots? Do we have robot slaves in the future?
With lasers? Oh, you uncultivated savages. Robots are used for controlling our spaceships these days. Surely you've heard of the Mainetron 28,000 line?
No.
Of course! Right, Sam?
Everybody's heard of that.
Oh.
I can't shoot, Max. You must have been having a ton of exciting future adventures in space.
No, we
Right.
don't take that many cases anymore. We try to stay mostly around
But-
this street and the neighboring shops.
But I get why they would because of Sam's condition.
If you're not taking cases, what do you guys do?
I've become an expert in volcanology, and Sam is... Well, Sam is in his own world now.
Aw.
Great transmogrifying vapor wolves of Rigel 17. Booster rocket through the Van Allen belt. I'm in my office.
Aw.
What's wrong with the other me?
But still,
He's
I do
fine,
feel bad.
mostly. The years add up, though.
It's lint from my pocket. This should be useful later.
Right, from solving all those cases definitely really did add up.
Do you remember how we cured Bosco of his parentage problems?
Bosco. Oh, he's the guy who invented Skynet. No, I was hoping I'd be the one who did that. I don't
Oh,
remember much about
Max.
that case. Something about spit, wasn't it?
I'm glad to see the old freelance police are still in business.
Right.
Yes, dear stupid past Sam. But of course, now we're a wholly owned subsidiary of Stinky Corp.
It's like, what's Stinky Corp?
Get a load of this, Sam. These yokels have never heard of Stinky Corp.
I don't feel like playing darts right now.
Yes. Well, anyway, Stinky Corp is the mega corporation that owns everything in the future. Stinky made enough money from her diner to take over the world?
It's like,
No,
whoa.
This Max. From her super adhesive.
It's like, what is Stinky's
What's this about
super
Stinky's super
adhesive?
It revolutionized the whole galaxy. Now it's used for everything from scrapbooking to alien spacecraft. She's
Oh
claimed
my
in
God.
interviews that it was based on an old family formula. But Sam and I think we figured out the real secret. It's made from mole men.
Yeah, no.
Be seeing ya.
So long.
But alright,
That's how
we're
we say
gonna
goodbye in the future.
but we're gonna have to come back later. But for right now, but it's nice to really see just how much they still care about it. Max really cares about Sam. Alright, but let's get President Sam and Max's time card out. Head right back to the present. Or well, kind of the future of the next episode, but still.
Heaping helpings of tachyons in a gravy boat at the Grand Duchess's bottom.
Yeah.
What disgusting hellhole have we ended up in this time?
Looks strangely familiar, like...
It's your guys' office.
I'm not here, sirs. You can safely ignore me.
Oh, hey, I can see his eyes through his glasses.
Max had to hang up his halo.
Aw. And still, we see the hole through the wall.
The floor of Brady has twice the style the fauna one ever did.
Yeah.
Remember Easter Island? Yeah, me either.
Oh, but I do like the joke coming
A
up.
couple of hooligans ruckus making down there. Good place
I
for a
wonder
rest,
who they
right
could
in front of the
be.
window. Smile Timber. Seems like only yesterday.
Mild
was-
timber. Yeah.
Me, mighty hunter. Kill fluorescent.
Damn.
There's nothing good on, or bad on, for that matter. VCRs are old news. Time for a laserdisc player.
Oh, Sam.
My desk.
Oh,
Banang.
but here we go. The Banang joke. Banang.
Banang.
Banang. Oh, I love how Max wasn't laughing right there.
Banang.
Banang. And how it just becomes less funny. Oh, Sam's angry.
Banang.
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 Banang. Banang. And knocked Sam dead. And Max is like, yeah, I'm just gonna get this out of here before anyone else gets hurt. Thank you, Max.
Have you been
Thank
sending
you.
Boxy Betty to
And it's
me?
like, wait a minute, what the heck?
Throw us that remote control, would you?
It's like,
You're gonna need this.
huh,
Thanks, buddy. Be you later.
see you later. It's like, huh, so that was future Sam and Max right there. Well, because that is actually going to be important for the next episode.
What do you get if you plant a Mexican jumping bean? You're looking at it.
Oh, Sam. Alright, but
The desk lamps are not something I care to discuss in mixed company. If Santa were still with us, he'd be having a hell of a time finding a way to Bangkok.
oh, but you do this for one last time? Because we aren't going to be able to do this. Oh, wait. In the next episode? Because this will be the final time we do it. Magnetizing the gun to the North Pole.
I'm surprised this game survived being thrown clear of the playland and
But
casino.
nice to
explosion.
see
Not nearly as surprised.
a
as
lot
the
of
guy who
added
landed on it.
detail every time we come back here from a case. Nah.
Again.
Alright.
All points bulletin. We need a new
Bulletin
bulletin.
board.
Jimmy still hasn't
The
come
rat
home.
hole. Yeah, he definitely seems like he's gone for good. In your guys' office. Alright. Well, let's put the cork in there.
It's for the good of the future, Max.
Right.
Time stream altered. Jackass.
Don't be mean. Alright.
What are you doing?
So let's
here in
talk to
our
Agent
office?
Superball.
Investigating the president's disappearance, sir.
So you're back with the Secret Service then?
Sure.
Sure.
Max wasn't missing. We've been on a case.
We got beamed on board a spaceship.
That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
sir. Must have been a weather balloon.
Not a weather
It was
balloon
no
Super
balloon.
Ball.
It was a spaceship. Bosco saw it too.
Gas leak. Mass hypnosis.
Yeah,
Two
no,
abductions
no.
on the same street
Well,
on
if
the
Sam
same
and
week,
Max can't be
and you're going to just
hypnotized
try and cover it up?
after what
I can
we've
either
seen in
confirm or
season
deny
1,
cover
with
up,
Sam
sir.
having an anti-mind control device built into his hat now, and with Max being immune to hypnosis from a lot of cotton swabs being lost in his ears. Right.
To find out we were missing.
There was a rat, sir. Claimed he was de facto
Jimmy-
owner of this
Jimmy
office
Two
since your
Teeth?
disappearance. He was quickly taken.
I'm
under
definitely
questioning.
guessing it's Jimmy Two
Wow,
Teeth.
it always takes us ages to get rid of Jimmy Two Teeth. We must be slipping, Max.
All this time, I never thought to use rendition.
How's the cover-up going?
Very well, sir. Is what I'd say if there was a cover-up, which there isn't.
Can you help us with our case?
What seems to be the problem?
Bosco's been abducted.
Easily explained, sir.
And he's trapped on a time-traveling spaceship.
There's no such thing as time travel.
Oh,
sir.
but I
Look
do.
in my eyes, please.
But I do like how this scene referenced the Men in Black.
What were we talking about?
You'd said that Mr. Bosco is having a perfectly rational vacation in Pago Pago.
Yeah. Pago Pago. Hey, look, Max. It's Agent Superball.
You were saying something, sir.
Can't remember.
I can't remember.
Very good, sir.
We met a guy in Washington who's a dead ringer for you.
That would be me, sir.
That was 40 years ago. You couldn't still look that young without a time machine or something.
Clean
Right.
up, sir. There's no such thing as time machines.
Did we ask for help with our
Which
case?
cases?
The one with all the...
Alright. But every time we ask him about
There's
that?
no such thing.
Of course. Hey, look, Max. It's Agent Superball.
You were saying something, sir. Very good, sir.
Alright.
Be seeing you,
We
Superball.
can't seem to
Alright, but
avoid
it is gonna be important for later. So let's head back to the Oval Office and get what we need from there. Oh hey, I think I seen a seat, one of the SOL TVs.
We need your help with something official.
What will it
All
be,
right.
sir?
We want exclusive.
Very well. What'll it be?
Right? Doing molasses
We'd
tar
like to patent
cake.
Our tar cake recipe, Superball.
It's a special recipe we made up ourselves, and anybody who says different is a damn liar.
Wow,
And
Max.
what ingredient makes that a unique invention?
Alright. Easy.
Vitamin
Vitamin
13.
13.
Very well. That seems to check out.
Because any other thing we would have said would have definitely been wrong.
Patent grants you exclusive
Plus, he
rights
would have
to
already
make, market,
known.
and improve on your invention.
This must be just
Yay!
what Thomas felt like.
Minus the stealing and time travel. of
Right.
course.
Oh, Sam, you're so naive.
No, Max, he ain't naive. He's being right. Right? But head back to Stinky's. Because need to show him the patent because it's going to be important for this next part.
We have to insist that you cease and desist all future production of
Right.
gooey molasses tar cakes, Mr. Stinky.
We're not angry at you for stealing from us. Just very, very disappointed.
Poppycock. That recipe's been in my family for centuries.
The U.S. Patent Office says otherwise, Gramps.
Oh no.
The U.S. Patent Office can my puss.
Wow.
Actually, I don't believe that falls under their jurisdiction.
Fine, I'll throw it out.
Time stream altered. Jackass.
And because of Stinky's angry temper tantrum right there, we got the AI. But before we do anything else, oh, I forgot the Oval Office. To show Superball the letter. The letter. But Sunken Games should definitely make vinyl albums of the soundtracks. Because I don't know, what would you guys think? Because I would definitely love to see vinyl soundtracks of the first two. Because maybe once they get all 3 seasons remastered, they might start doing some merch. Oh!
My dearest Max.
Get rid of the envelope and then... I like how he mumbles. Yeah, we don't want to hear that.
Donkey, love, the Prez. Shocking, sir. Where were they going to meet?
Inside Stinky's diner.
Stinkies!
Yep.
I can't believe the president would eat at Stinky's. I've lost all respect for the man.
Right, because Stinky's definitely has the lowest review and not the best kind of food. Right? Bar pillow. Got Super Ball's spit sample. Spit from the envelope.
DNA-rich spit left on this envelope.
The president's a very thorough licker.
Alright.
According to that letter, this isn't the only thing the president licked.
Yeah, no,
It's a
Sam.
national heirloom that Super Ball spit all over.
Alright, but let's head back to Bosco's Inconvenience.
This sample has been completely... It'll have to be...
Alright. When we try to use one of the other
I'm
samples...
pretty sure Bosco's father wasn't a tar cake.
Oh, Sam. We get that
Time
in.
stream altered. Jackass.
And then when we head back to the spaceship, we're gonna see.
Bosco! You're back to normal!
Hello,
Yeah.
fool, Mr. President Fool.
I suspect we got the wrong dad, Max.
I can really tell, because I'm really
So,
liking
Bosco,
Bosco's
are you
voice actor
feeling
this
like yourself?
season.
Of course, sir.
Because I can really
Never
tell
better.
he's really been getting into character with the new voice actor and everything. Because I know it was definitely a shocking bit of a change, seeing how his original voice actor got changed for the remasters. But I can definitely really tell he's really more into the role.
Don't worry, Bosco. We'll get you back to normal.
Thank you, fool. I suggest you hurry.
Ugh. Even when he's riding us, he's too polite. It's unnerving.
Don't worry, Bosco.
Ugh.
Alright.
Can't you give us any more details on your father?
It's straightforward enough, fool. I was a test tube baby. First in the country.
No idea who'd make a spit donation to your mom?
No more cracks about my mama, Mr. President, or I'll have to ask you to step outside.
Alright.
How's life as a paradox treating you, Bosco?
I'd prefer it if I'd been born, sir. Please repair the time stream at your earliest convenience.
We'll
All
see
right.
you around, Bosco.
Alright. Well, let's hop right back in the elevator. And... well, let's head back to Stinky's. Man, it is just so much fun playing through these episodes after how long I've always seen other people play through them. Well, through the original. Right? But let's give the portable AI to little Sam. Alright, buddy, here you go.
Wow, I've never seen anything.
Yeah!
It must have at least 640 kilobytes of RAM.
Yeah!
Whatever, kid. This is exactly what I needed for my video game. I'll
Yeah,
just
Sam,
download
don't
the
be
AI.
like that.
Yeah, you do that. Then go outside and play or something.
Alright, but
Shut up!
this was how Bluster Blaster became negative because of future Sam.
This like totally blows now. Let's go to that dance and make the moves on some chicks.
But I was going to Penn Station to pick up some power converters.
Get it, nerds.
Make sure you check out the snack table, little me. If I remember correctly, the pigs in blankets were decadent.
Time stream altered. Jackass.
So, Max, feel any different?
I feel like it's
All right, but now
taught a lady what sweet, sweet love is all about.
we made Max like girls. Now we should be able to get Mama Bosco to be able to not fall in love with Max anymore. All right, let's head right back to Bosco's. But man, is it really fun going through all this just to be able... Because we would see this again in Season 3 in the second episode of the season. It's really funny. It's kind of called back with that.
Miss B, did it get freaky
It's
sexy
like,
in here,
oh no.
What'd you do to my Max?
The better question is, what is your Max gonna do to you? Night.
Max is busting out some corny jokes.
He's been like this
Right
ever since
there.
we were kids.
Why don't we ditch the pooch so you can give me a special tour of the store? I've been wanting
It's
to
like,
see what you
oh
got
yep,
around.
that is definitely gonna want to make her
I
break
thought
up
you
with
were
him.
Different, Max. That does it. I'm done with all of you. Men.
Yay!
Temporal anomaly corrected. Jackass.
Hey!
It's Mama Bosco's baby-making machine. The mother sample is locked, but the father sample is open.
Alright. Right. And the press sample,
Time stream altered. Jackass.
that fixed it. Alright, but get the home button. Get back to Bosco. Bosco! You're back to
Looks like you did a
normal!
pretty good job patching up that cigarette burn on the fabric.
Yay!
Yeah, that's right, ladies. Come on up and give Daddy Max Time Fixer some...
Don't worry, everyone. Max will be back to not liking girls soon.
There's Sam and Max. Now you've seen just how dangerous it is to mess with THEM.
Dangerous.
All that stuff we just fixed
But,
was your fault.
right, because
Shut up.
All right, let's go.
Bosco, come
How do
on.
we get out of here?
It's like,
They know
oh
we're here.
no!
Relax, Bosco. You're gonna have a coronary.
Right!
Yeah, they're probably the grotesque but misunderstood kind of
Right!
aliens who just
This
come
is-
to Earth because
this
they
is
hate
like-
cows and fields of weed.
Well, you two go first.
This is like, come on, you can't be... This can't be...
Crossing 98% complete.
Can't
Prepare
know
to
until
deliver
you see
on my mark.
and judge them.
It's THE.
Like, oh, wait a minute. They're just people.
What are you
Bosco, they're just people.
Everything quickly and simply.
It's like,
That is not our way.
what is your way?
Yo soy el mariachi solitario the last in a once noble line.
But man, was this a good...
Robots and Martian invaders. But for birthdays they say maybe later we don't have the time.
Oh,
Mariachi, I come back from the future and pick up young
I feel bad that...
of me.
I feel bad for the mariachis.
Our spaceship,
Just the fact that they want to be able to give people some good birthdays.
and feel gringos' birthdays with
Aww. I love the remastered look of this scene.
just me y mis vatos who wish you feliz cumpleaños. But spaceships like this are expensive, even more when they travel through time.
And singing for birthdays on spec makes us poco dinero.
Aw.
So we took on a contract and that's our new boss to Cosa.
But, yeah, that's the bad part of it. And there's Jurgen!
Send them to places unknown.
Well, I mean, technically, you kind of did some bad things, Jurgen, by trying to make an army of the undead. And we get to see the Moai heads again.
We don't know, but it's hard.
We don't know.
And as long as we still get to say
And there's the triangle again.
no importa nada. When we say adios or December, please try not to cry. We were there for your birthday, we'll see you again.
It's like, oh my god, they killed Bosco!
Oh man has had a heart attack.
No!
Oh well. Begin this.
How could you guys say that?
So, as I was saying, we
And Bosco is
sit and
awesome.
stare at nothing for 1,000 years straight.
Help me, Sam and Max!
Don't worry, we'll save you. But man, it's crazy to think that the mariachis
I always suspected
was
that time
THEM.
soul smuggling mariachis were behind all of this.
Just because one of your crackpot theories turned out to be true,
It's,
don't
it's
get
like
hung.
you don't expect it till you see it.
How are we gonna get Bosco's soul back with all these mariachis around?
It's like,
Ah, the
hmm,
age-old question. Well, they don't seem like bad people. Maybe we could just shoot them.
no!
How are we gonna get Bosco's soul?
Ah, well, they don't.
We're not killing them, Max.
So, these mariachis were the THEM Bosco's been talking about this whole time?
Si, senor. We are the temporal headquarters.
It's
of
like,
Enlightened
oh, that's
Early
what it
21st
stands
century
for.
I believe Sam was talking to me, sir.
Because
branch. Sorry, can't help you.
you think it was because, you know, he was afraid. But still.
Distract the mariachi with one of your erotically charged native dances, Max, while I figure out how to operate the controls.
I refuse to whore out my talent for your petty schemes, Sam.
Wow.
Good to see those Moai heads finally found a way to make themselves useful.
Yeah, depression.
It's
is going to
like,
be a real
oh
growth
my
industry.
god.
Adios, amigo.
That is crazy.
Vaya con Dolores.
Alright. Ooh, a pinata! Try to bust it open
It's
for
the
some
mariachi's
candy.
Colorful piñata. Look here, Pedro.
Pedro! Boy, you people from the past are backwards. You think just because I'm mariachi with a big sombrero and mustache, I'm some two-dimensional cultural stereotype?
You're right. I've been insensitive.
Aw.
We're Sam and Max, freelance police. What's your
Nice to see that Sam
I
is
just
very
gave it.
understanding.
My name remains
Aw.
Pedro.
You.
You've got
But
to free
please.
Bosco, you maniacs.
Come on,
Nothing
please let him
personal, but
go.
we can't do that. We were scheduled
I
to
was-
pick up
I was
two
like,
souls in
oh.
Germany. We only got the one. The cowman will fill our quota.
So these, and it's like, oh, so these guys were supposed to get Sam and Max from Jurgen, but instead got Jurgen and then Bosco.
Well, if you're delivering trapped souls, where are the cages?
Cages? We don't got no cages. We don't have to show you any
Uh.
stinking cages. We keep the souls on that platform, see?
Yep.
We'd feel better if you'd give us Bosco's soul back.
Please.
Oh, don't worry, amigos. I'm watching the whole soul crushing
No!
process to make sure he doesn't escape.
Please. But you guys are being the bad guys here.
That's not nice. We're not evil. And after we deliver the cowman's soul, we'll have paid for the spaceship.
And then you can quit?
Oh no, senor.
And it's
There's
like,
still so much for us to do with
Huh.
our time machine. So many deep questions left to answer. Like, what about the far, far future? How will I die?
I can think of a few ways.
And What is it like at the beginning of time, before history was written?
Right.
Which came first? The
Right.
chicken or
The
the
one
egg?
answer slash the one Splatfest that was pretty crazy in Splatoon 2.
I find out for sure.
You
Alright.
don't seem like a bad guy, Pedro. Quit this evil job.
Right.
Told you, senor, I can't quit. At least until I found all the answers. Like, how do I die? And which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Alright.
Three mariachis look so
Right.
much alike.
But
uncanny.
it's cause
You hear the song? The others
They're-
are younger versions.
they're younger versions of Pedro.
We weren't paying much attention to the song.
We were too busy staring at your dingle balls.
But Max!
Senor, they really tie the room together, no?
But that's like, oh, that's why.
What are you doing?
But it's like, what is he doing?
Keep the eye on the soul crossing process. ¿Cómo estás, vaca hombre?
Help!
Muy bueno. I also do the light maintenance and the IT.
It's like, oh, that's nice.
This can't be a satisfying job.
Right.
Don't you want to quit and go away forever?
Oh, I got lots to complain about, believe you me. Who gets to be the captain? Pedro.
Oh.
Listen for the birthdays? Pedro. But who's stuck watching the clock and fixing the time card printer? Pedro.
Alright. But why don't you
don't
just
like your
quit?
job, why don't you quit?
Being alone in here does let me practice the singing.
Oh.
And fixing the printer helps an old man feel useful.
Alright.
Adios.
See you
Alright.
later, guys.
But we're gonna need to be able to answer 2 of his things. Oh, but if we do try to show him the egg, Sam is kind of a horrible liar.
What is that?
It's from the beginning.
Yeah, because you can really see it right there.
I can do this.
Just
It's
the fact
from
that
the
he's
beginning of the
lying.
universe.
You're a terrible liar, Senor Perro.
All right, I admit it.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go to the beginning of the universe to be able to get the thing from there to be able to prove, to have Sam being able to tell the truth.
What are you guys doing here?
We were picked up right
It's like,
after the volcano erupted.
right, because with that,
Signal flare
because
from
with that
clouds
end
to come
scene,
down.
we seen that
We're not so good
from
with
episode
direction.
2. It's all
Lovely
cool.
seeing you guys here again.
If there's nothing funny about it, it's what we were carved to do.
Hey, lighten up on Sam and Max.
Oh, you're one to talk, Mr. One Offensive Stereotype after the next.
Now you're just being mean.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Hey, pal. Must be nice finally getting out of that dirt after 1,000 years.
What?
He's been buried all that time? Oh, that's so sad.
Aw.
Poor Bosco. The horror of time-traveling mariachis was too much
Right.
for his weak heart to
Feels
bear.
so bad that he got killed by that.
Don't you want to take it easy on Bosco?
We never had it easy. We just had to sit and stare for years and years.
Oh.
Hey, cheer up.
Easy for you to say. Now let me tell you about those awful ocean ships.
It's like,
Oh,
huh,
man.
how did you know about
Still
them?
working through your anger issues?
Buried for 1,000 years.
Like,
Who would do that to somebody?
don't know.
Stop what you're doing. It's evil.
Right.
Evil is being stuck on a spaceship while going through severe basalt withdrawal.
Is this guy always
Oh,
like this?
yeah.
Sure we can't do anything to cheer you guys up?
He definitely is.
Leave me alone to do my job. Now, Bosco, don't you realize that everybody got tired of you over a year ago?
Some people like me.
Oh, come on. I'd still like you, Bosco. Because I know it kind of felt like Bosco definitely kind of overstayed his welcome in the series a little bit.
Made me lose lose
But it's
my
crazy
train
to
of
see that he was definitely on from season 3 entirely. Because it would have been nice to see him one last time.
Cut it out.
You made me lose my train of thought. I'll have to start over.
Take it easy on Bosco.
No, he's right, Sam. I am a failure.
Stop picking on Bosco.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just getting started. I can name a billion things wrong with you.
Stop picking on Bosco.
Yeah.
Oh,
Take it easy on...
No.
Alright. There's the Bermuda Triangle again.
Another errant Bermuda Triangle. Everything's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, Sam. I actually started to almost believe you.
Lying is always a good substitute for not having a damn clue what it is.
Oh, yeah. Sam, you're so funny.
It may look like a zebra, but my Mexican friends assure me it's a donkey in zebra clothing.
Alright. There's Bosco over there.
Bosco.
You gotta help me out, guys. You're really bringing me down.
And then, in 1158, there was that monkey that just kept on pooping.
Need anything, Bosco?
I need you fools
Hey,
to
don't
save
worry,
me, damn
we
it.
will save you.
Don't even get us started on the native dances.
We're on the case, Bosco.
Hurry up.
It was always the same thing, over and over again.
We're on the case, Bosco.
Hurry up.
It was always the same thing.
Alright. But when we try to get the bridge button, try to hit it.
Attempt to enter soul-crushing area. Please acknowledge.
Override, Captain Pedro. Arriba, burro, chipotle.
Voice print match. Bridge override accepted.
I had a feeling those mariachis wouldn't just stand by and let us take Bosco's soul back.
Right. Because we're gonna have to be able...
How are we gonna get Bosco's soul back?
Well, they don't.
How are we...
Well, they don't see.
Alright.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Bye,
Alright. First, let's head back into the other room.
Putting course on screen. Jefe's log. We are on course for our most difficult mission yet. Triplets. Keep the time shuttle open for
And this was all the way back to episode 2, Situation Comedy in season 1.
Whatever.
Issue
Whatever.
a card for embarrassing idol.
Right, but let's get that.
There's the embarrassing idol logo, and more of those.
Oh, 2006 is on it. It's pretty funny considering I think the episode came back originally in 2006. Yeah, I think I'm definitely right on that. I would have to look it up later, but I think I remember it. But that is pretty funny.
Weird alien device that. Oops.
Whoopsie.
Not again. Just leave it. Seems like everything on this ship just falls apart these days.
Looks like some kind of futuristic low-tech printer. It's an ink ribbon for the printer.
Please don't touch that. I'll just have to change it again.
Alright.
Hey, don't touch that. I just changed it. Hey, don't...
Alright.
Looks like some weird clock.
It can take hundreds of years to cross a soul, senor. So we make the time vortex to speed things along.
Huh.
It controls the time vortex around the soul. I really don't want to screw that. I really don't want to screw that.
that.
Alright, so I think we need to get something to be able to pop it right out. Alright, but let's talk to the other Pedros.
Hey, Mac. Which one of the mariachis are you?
Oh, yo no soy mariachi. Soy capitán.
Soy Capitan?
Soy capitán.
The
Yeah.
mariachi says he is the captain.
Yeah, I think we got
I
that.
perfectly
Thanks.
understood that.
You guys.
We're salmon?
Wait, not the Sam?
It's like, you've heard of Sam?
Who I am?
Of course, you're the famous recording star, no?
Like, oh.
Well, I don't like to brag.
It is you. No one believed you could have a career with no talent at all, but you proved us all wrong. You're
It's
a
like,
hero
ah.
to all of us who wish to sing.
You must
And
be
he
a great
must be a
singer if
great
you're the captain.
singer.
I could escape this two-peso operation and become the greatest singer time has ever known. If only I could ditch this dead weight.
Rivalry! Now it's getting
Facts.
interesting.
Right, but
You wanna
thinking
start a
of
solo
going
career?
solo?
See, but that can never happen as long as we keep
Aw.
singing for the birthdays.
Feel bad for
How will I get my big break?
You want to start a...
See, but that can... How will I...
Alright.
Where are we going?
Amigos, we are on course hasta la madre de todos los cumpleaños.
Like, oh.
We are on course for the mother of
With the
all
soda
birthdays.
poppers.
Sam, you've got to stop encouraging these guys.
I forgot they actually had 6 appearances.
Triplets. And not your
Counting
mini
this.
triplets. They all have the same birthday.
You've got to set Bosco free.
Oh no, senor. No one
Please.
can enter the soul-crossing area once the protest has started. The rules, they are very explicit about this.
This is all your fault.
Right.
You're the ones who killed Bosco.
That is ridiculous. Wait. You aren't going to
Well,
Your singing scared him to death.
I
sue. It's a
mean,
pre-existing condition.
oh come on! You shouldn't have scared him like that by getting so
Only
close.
because we respect your methods.
Well, right. But
We
alright.
know what we're doing. Let us free our pal Bosco.
Right.
For the last time, as long as I am captain of this ship, no one enters the soul-crossing area. Now, why don't you run along and let the professionals do their job?
Alright.
What's so hard about
But
your
we're gonna
mission?
need to get him out of the
you
way to
just show
stop.
up, sing, and leave everybody confused.
Right, because it was definitely a running joke for the
Capitán
last
cannot
3
be so
episode.
sloppy. Es muy importante that no one notice us or remember that we were ever there for a year at least.
Which is why they didn't appear in season 1.
Are we still on course?
See, embarrassing idol and the triplets birthday dead ahead.
Permission to stop talking, Captain.
Granted.
Yay. Alright, but let's talk to the other Pedro.
What's your job around here, buddy?
Shh! Quiet, senor. Did someone say...
Aww.
Oh, no. False alarm.
Let me guess. You spend all your time listening for people to say birthday.
¿Qué? Did someone say birthday?
Yeah, Sam just said birthday.
Please, senors. My job is very
Oh.
This work is beneath you. It's tedious and error-prone.
Frankly, we think you should leave.
nonsense. I have got 6 of the birthdays today alone.
Hmm.
The look of happiness and
Aw.
utter confusion on people's faces makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah.
We demand you return our pal Bosco's soul.
I can't do that, senor. The cowman's soul will help us pay for our mission. Why do you hate the birthday so much?
They don't hate birthdays, they just want their friend back.
This must be the most boring job ever. Don't you ever get a break?
I get to go on the away missions.
Hmm.
Those away missions sound neat. Let's see.
Alright, but we definitely know how we can distract each of them to be able to get to Bosco.
Come on, there's got to be tons of birthdays going on.
See, but we've already sung for all of those. We can only do it once.
You look like you could use a break.
Your mustache is drooping. There's that sag in your sombrero.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do. But I can't leave here until there is a new birthday.
Alright.
Hey, Max, what happens on April 22nd?
I think that's Earth Day.
Okay? Showtime, people. Attention. Wait, did you make a
Oh.
joke on me, eh?
Yeah.
Pretty sneaky.
Max, what do Australians celebrate on June 11th every year?
By any chance, would that be Perth Day?
Did someone say?
Oh, some of the jokes. Okay, some of the jokes that sound like birthdays pretty good.
Max, want to go watch Pride and Prejudice and all the Bridget Jones Diary movies back to back?
You know it, girlfriend. It'll be our Colin Firth Day.
Did someone say?
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Sayonara.
So long.
Okay.
The talking dog said goodbye.
Yeah. Alright. That is. Right, then hop in embarrassing idle time card. Oh yeah, the time cards from the present and past episode. From the present, well, are the exact dates the episodes are.
Howling at that drippy old hunk of moon.
Oh, back in season 1. Oh!
Oh, man, that song is even worse than I remembered. I can't believe I voted for you.
Sam has a beautiful singing voice, Max.
Any more than we already have.
And come on, right.
That high note. Whoa. And you're less sloppy than my brother is. You've got my vote. Hey!
Oh, I remember this.
We have a winner.
No.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Sam. Here's your recording
Yes.
contract.
Bin Bottom Records. It's like a dream come true.
Specs, I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do. Right after I get
I remember. Oh.
Small? I'd better go after him.
I just remembered. I have to feed my goldfish.
Because I think I remember I originally seen most of season 2 before season 1, and I was confused on what was going on.
Listen to our words. Hey, look, Sam.
It's like, duh! And future and present and past meet.
We're you guys from your
Right!
future.
Heed our dire warning.
Yeah!
I always thought I'd be taller.
I always thought I'd be
What are you guys
taller.
doing here?
What are you guys doing here?
Beware Santa Claus.
And Mr. Spatula and Hugh Bliss.
Actually, a lot of people have tried to kill us. This
Right.
will take a while. Nonsense.
Yeah, all those guys are our friends. Got any questions about your immediate future?
Right.
Nope.
Guys, it's funny how they don't think that
Right now.
Mr. Spatula, Santa Claus, and Hugh Bliss are gonna come and kill
Nothing you're
them.
curious about? We'd rather see it for
Well,
ourselves.
at least try
What's the
to
mystery of our
hurt them.
relationship?
We
Well,
just came to say hello.
Somebody's got trouble.
yeah, but this would definitely lead into a branch off timeline
All right.
of two
well,
separate events
hello.
happening
Okay, that's
because
done.
of this episode.
Congratulations
All right.
on your recent embarrassing
Right.
victory.
Now hand over that contract.
Please, we need it.
But
But
that's
Sam and
supposed to be
Max
my
need it.
contract. I won it fair and square.
And I helped him cheat. Forget it, clones. That contract is ours.
Well, I mean, you were wandering around aimlessly, Max.
Let's get back to our time machine, Max.
Yeah, I've seen more than enough of this place for one lifetime. Time machine?
Oh no! Oh no!
Where to, little buddy?
Darn
Hit
it!
random buttons.
Funny how that line would come back. Uh-oh. And this
So,
present
bad, right?
and present Sam and Max would have to relive everything again in over 1.5 years.
In the future, we've got our own spaceship.
And our own industrious and
Oh my God.
completely legally hired crew.
Yeah, no.
Delivery. Entrega entrante.
You jerks!
You made us go through the last year and a half all over again.
Yep.
Stand aside, decadent future versions of ourselves.
Yeah, we've got a very important case to solve here.
Funny how carefree they can be sometimes, and just when they meet themselves, and that happens to them, because really great concept Telltale Games came up with for this.
We should figure out how to ditch the crew and take this baby on a joyride.
I want to leave it outside Whitley Stryber's house and leave the car alarm on all night.
Am I really that annoying when I'm on a case, always talking to myself? I can't open that door. It's locked.
I always assumed you were dictating your memoirs.
You're not annoying, Sam. You're really funny.
Am I really that? I can't open.
I always
Alright.
Don't wander too far, Max.
Try and stop me.
Alright. But what we're gonna want to do is...
It's last year's version of Max.
Still looks pretty good. Oh. Sam? Sam, he's over there. I like how past Sam is carrying his banjo on him.
Hey, pal, I'll ask the questions here. But, oh, all right, go ahead.
What is he waiting for?
Be patient, Max. It takes a while to think up the right thing to say. Max and I have to get to the moon. How do we get there?
Alright.
Why don't you just drive there? You can't just drive to the moon, bonehead.
Yes, you can. You did it at the end of season 1. Oh.
You need to get a clue. All right. Where do we get one of those? Ask Mama Bosco in the 60s.
Yeah. Alright, it's gonna be funny going through all these.
We're never getting back.
Well, there's 2 hours
Between
we're
you
never.
and me, pal. I don't think those future versions of us know what they're doing. Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away. How can we get to the moon again?
Alright.
You need the heart of a champion. All right. Where do we get?
Right.
Ask Stinky in the early 80s.
I like going through these dialogue options.
Future us.
Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away.
Oh,
we get to the
I like
moon
how
again?
President Sam gets annoyed by this. It's really funny.
You need a 20-pound can of beans. All right. Where do we get one of those? Ask Agent Superball in the future. It's strange. None of the other characters ever lie about the quests. Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away. How can we get to the moon again? Didn't you already ask me that? Yeah, and I'm going to keep asking until I get a different answer.
That's just how we roll.
That's just how we roll.
You need a time-traveling phone booth. All right. Where do we get one of those? Ask Mama Bosco in the 60s.
Maybe to get to the moon, all we have to do is kill future us.
Oh my god.
Hey, buddy. I've got a
Kill
question.
future us.
Ask away. How can we get to the moon again?
Yeah, no.
You need a toaster with wings. All right. Where do we get one of those? Ask Mama
I like going through. It's really funny, definitely.
Another colossal waste of time.
Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away. How can we get to the moon again?
And this is just really funny.
You need a really big trampoline. All right. Where do we get? Ask Agent Superball.
Another colossal waste of time.
Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away. How can we get to the moon again?
Alright.
You need a screwdriver. Alright. Where do we get?
Alright, we've got
Good
one.
luck. We've got one you can use.
We'll trade you for a recording contract. Hey, we've got one of those, Sam!
Right, Max. But we need it to get onto Myra's show, remember?
Oh, right, yeah. Who's Myra?
Who's Myra?
I already told you. We solved that case.
Right.
Twice!
Likely story. I don't trust me for 1 second. Hey, buddy. I've got a question. Ask away. How
Alright.
can we get to the moon again?
So we're gonna have to trick him.
Why do you need to go to the moon anyway? Freelance police business.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. I say we don't answer them, Sam, if they're gonna take that kind of attitude.
Yeah, but I remember that case, pal. I don't want to mess up the space-time continuum or something.
Oh, Sam. So you kind of already did.
You need a time travel? Alright. Where do...
Alright, so...
Ask Agent Superball in the future.
we put time traveling in there.
What is this place?
Oh, there we go. Now they're gonna...
Beautiful house.
This is not our beautiful...
Get here.
This is not our beautiful house. Makes me wonder if Sam and Max actually have their own house they live in.
Do I know you?
Because it would be funny to see that for a new
You gonna
Sam
ask
and
me
Max
something?
game, just
How to
see
get
where
to the
they
moon,
live.
for instance.
Oh, right. How do we get there?
Right? Need a
You
screwdriver?
Alright. Where do we get one of those?
Got
You
one?
got one. We'll trade you for a recording contract.
Hey, Sam, don't we have a recording contract?
Yeah, but we need it for... I can't remember. It must be important, or we wouldn't still be carrying it. You kept it so you could bring it to us, right? I guess so.
Along
I
with that
guess
carton of
so.
Missile Pops you promised.
Max, don't push
Push
it.
it, Max. Alright. Here you go. Well done, Sam and Max. That was the last of your quests.
You have scored 234 out of a possible 500 points.
Ah,
Weren't you gonna trade us something? Yeah. Here's that screwdriver you guys wanted.
Goodbye. We'll never forget all you've done here today.
Have fun on the rest of your adventures.
yay!
I'm even more confused than usual.
Oh.
It's
Alright.
the charred remains of an Egyptian mummy.
Alright. But what we're gonna need to do now is travel through time. Be able... Because what we're gonna want to do is be able to find someone to say that it's their birthday and have one of the mariachis have Pedro show up to be able to sing and then be able to leave him a timeline. Well, you know.
Is it your birthday today, Ms. Bosco?
Me? No, mine was last month. I went to Washington, D.C.
Oh, that's nice.
Bye, Miss B.
All right. But we just travel till we find someone's birthday.
Is it my birthday today? I can't use a coiled speaker
Oh,
wire with that.
I feel so
Yeah,
bad
someone
for him.
already came in here and started singing right before you two showed up. It was a nice surprise for Sam.
I shot him 5 times. I almost hit him. So long.
Oh, wait a minute.
Have you heard from Stinky lately?
Of course, dim-witted Sam. She owns the mega corporation that owns... How'd she manage that? She invented a spray that repels reanimated zombie hands.
Oh.
Turned out to be surprisingly lucrative.
Nice.
So long.
Right, but now we can get the
Local
obituary.
mariachi Pedro died this week due to complications from inhaling ink ribbon fumes. What a waste.
Right? So we should be able to get that ink ribbon now. Let's head to Stinky's Diner. I like how they use the photos from one background. Want to talk to Stinky.
Is it your birthday today?
What kind of a question is that? It was that little rabbit creature's birthday, and I spent the whole time playing that blasted video game.
All right.
Stinky.
Oh, but we do want to go to Max's office in the present. Be able to talk to Superball. Say goodbye to the hole one last time.
Special day for
in
you,
the wall.
Yes, sir. It's my birthday.
But no mariachi showed up.
A mariachi showed up earlier and sang, sir. It was quite fun and completely explicable in rational terms that don't involve time travel, by the way.
Be seeing you, Superball.
Right. But because of today being his birthday, that means that the other Superball's birthday would also be today. Goodbye, hole in the wall. We will miss you. We're not going to see you in episode 5. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, we will.
Let us change
I just remembered.
without fear or confusion.
I just remembered, because we will see the office again one last time in the episode. Episode 5. Season finale. Hey, Superball. Today your birthday?
Is today your birthday by any chance?
No, sir. Not particularly.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Shoot.
According to that letter, let's change the national date.
The new official date is September 12th.
That's sweet. The president left a reminder for his anniversary. Buy J hat.
Good advice for anyone's anniversary.
Alright. Wait a minute. Alright, 906. Ah, of course! Huh? Sorry if you guys hear a little bit of howling in the background. Just.
The official date has been changed. So it is written, so it shall be.
Oh, wait a minute. I do want to go through some of the other options.
The new official date is September 2nd, Labor Day.
Or, for us freelancers, false Labor Day.
The new official date is September 16th, Mexican
Yay!
Independence Day.
This is awkward, Max. Are we supposed to get our new mariachi pals a gift?
I think destroying their entire evil operation is the perfect way to say, we care. The new official date is September 24th, the autumnal equinox.
The perfect day for holding godless naked rituals in a moonlit glade somewhere.
For those window shopping heathens, maybe, who think you can just pick one day out of the year for your godless naked rituals. The new official date is September 28th, Yom Kippur.
I'm proud that we're sensitive enough to acknowledge and then immediately ignore cultures we don't entirely understand.
Sometimes you just don't understand some things.
The official date has been changed. So it is written, so it shall be.
Alright. Let's talk to Agent Superball.
Hey, Superball, what day is it today?
It's the 6th of September.
I just love the little sticky note today. Right, but? Wait for the mariachi.
Sorry I'm late, amigos.
It's okay.
Did
It's okay.
someone say birthday?
Right, let him perform. Alright, but let's head right back through the elevator and leave him behind. 'Cause we need to get all of them out of the way.
Gracias for the song, senor. This has been the best birthday ever.
Aww. Sorry, man. Need to save Bosco.
Appears to be made of the finest.
Alright.
You want to start a solo career?
See, but that can never happen as long as we keep singing for the birthdays. How will I get my big break?
Adios.
Alright. Bust out the contract. Here you go, Pedro.
Your ticket to musical stardom.
My very own recording.
Yeah!
Now I can ditch this dead weight and become the international superstar.
Mariachi superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Oh no,
Damn.
mariachi music is old news. I'm going to sing songs about trains.
Interesting. Bye-bye. Oh, wait a minute. We should still check on past Sam and Max.
Hey, future me. I've got a question. Go ahead. What are we doing here again? We all agreed you were going to stand out of our way and play the quiet game for a little. We'll take the case.
Wow. That is funny.
It's last year's version of Max.
Never have I seen Sam so naive. Well, I mean, this and episode 3 is season 3 in the Devil's Playhouse. But at least on the good news is my throat's been feeling a lot better and I'm happy to be doing videos again. Because I know I was kind of off of doing a lot of videos for a while. Since I had that cold and everything. During the time I'm recording this, I've been feeling a lot better. But alright, let's give this to obituary to Pedro.
Good news, senor.
We found the gruesome details of your horrible demise.
Oi, what a stupid way to die.
Yeah.
I can think of stupider ways.
Yeah.
I could help.
Definitely.
Makes you want to quit your job, huh?
Oh no, there are still so many big questions I want answered. But screw that stupid printer.
But now we can finally get the ink ribbon.
Nobody's gonna need this worthless ink ribbon.
Hey, you can't just throw litter into the time vortex.
Well, I think we all know how that ink ribbon get there.
American is crying.
Where did it land?
At the rate we're going, last month.
And that's how the ink ribbon got into Jurgen's castle in episode 3.
The printer has no ink.
Alright. Now we should be able to get a time card without the ink on it. Right? Back to the central device.
We'd like to get a time card, please.
Issuing time card for embarrassing idol.
It's blank. So long.
Get lost, failure.
Alright. Right? That right in. Use the blank time card. Then let's go right back to the beginning of the universe. Be able to get it from there.
Just look at it, Max.
What am I looking at exactly?
Everything.
Everything.
Before the creation of matter and energy and quantum particles.
Don't eat it, Max.
It's at this spot that everything you know, or will ever know, will be.
It's like
Mr. Featherly.
What?
Oh, hey guys.
Hey. It's like, ooh. Singularity that will start the.
That's the singularity from which the entire universe is going to spring in a mind-bendingly tremendous cataclysm.
Neat.
The single point of matter that will one day form the entire universe.
I always thought it'd be bigger.
The single point...
I like how Sam's doing the doggy paddle. It's pretty adorable.
Try not to eat the singularity, Max. That would be bad.
Oh, why'd you have to go and mention that, Sam? Now that's all I want to do.
Wow, Mr. Featherly's appearance here at the beginning of the universe sure was an unexpected surprise.
Well, I mean,
We only
he's
know
a
one
chicken.
chicken, Sam. Odds were strongly in his favor.
Right.
It sure is dark.
Let there be light!
Yeah, no.
You're still president, little buddy. Being here at the beginning of literally everything really makes you think, doesn't it?
It just makes me appreciate matter that much more.
Aw.
Yeah, the void kinda sucks, actually.
All
I
right.
saw the darkness, and I said, catch you later, Max.
And it was good.
And it was good. Right, but let's talk to Mr. Featherly.
Mr. Featherly?
Sam and Max?
All right.
Are you really the oldest living creature in existence?
Like, oh
The
my
last
god.
of terrifying elder gods bent on restoring chaos to our upstart universe.
Just you wait till season 3, Max.
Quite by accident.
How'd you get here?
I was filming the climactic volcanic eruption scene in Midtown Cowboys, the motion
Trust me, I keep telling
Suddenly, I found
you and
myself
everyone
abducted
to
onto
wait till
some
season
type of
3.
alien
Just
spacecraft. After a frightfully amateurish song and dance
so
number,
all is
I was
revealed.
deposited unceremoniously
Mastered
into the
scenes.
beginning of the universe.
Oh, that old story.
It's like, well, wait a minute.
There's a Midtown Cowboys movie?
What?
Yes, well, I'm sure we were going to call you, but we decided to go in a different direction.
Oh, we have got to get a new agent, Sam.
How do you like it here around the singularity?
I thought dinner theater in Ocala, Florida was dull. But that was nothing compared to, well, nothing.
Being here at the
All
start
right.
and all can't be all bad.
Well, I will give it one thing. The acoustics are outstanding!
Definitely from the way that sounded.
Why don't you come
But
with us,
why
Mr.
don't you come with
Featherly?
us?
I'm sorry. I
But
can't let you do that.
we can't
Sam
take him
Max.
with us.
That chicken is the source of all life in the universe. Removing him would cause a catastrophic temporal paradox.
Catastrophic temporal paradox! Mr. Featherly's not the only chicken around here.
Apparently I am. And there's the rub.
All right.
See you around, Mr. Featherly.
Probably not, Sam, since he'll be long dead before we're even born.
Oh, right then. Hang loose, Philo.
Right? Then let's use the
You've
egg.
been doing a good job, Mr.
Replace
Featherly.
Mr.
We decided to
Featherly.
cast someone
Well,
younger.
Very well. As long as I can leave this accursed... wait, what are you doing? Put me down at once!
putting you in
Shut
Sam's
up,
coat.
Featherly. It only takes a day or two to get used to Sam's caustic BO.
It's like,
Max and Sam!
that's
Time to
Sam
move
and
forward.
Max.
Jackass.
All right, but let's head home. We're nearing the end of the episode, you guys. And I'm really excited to play through the finale for you guys, as it feels like it's going to be really fun. A whole bunch of fun once we get right into it in the next video. All right.
Put me down at once!
Not yet, Mr. Featherly.
Alright, but let's bust out Mr. Featherly and show him to the old mariachi.
Dear God, man. Do you ever
It's
want
like,
that
Sam?
He's from before time began.
Yeah,
I
turns out the
question.
chicken came first.
It makes
But
no
then again, I
sense.
shouldn't,
If that's the
considering.
chicken, what's there and now?
Well, we left an egg.
Likely story. I'll have to see that egg. But I'm just kidding.
Oh,
People
Pedro.
are so gullible.
So funny.
No! Don't put me back in there!
Any more questions about the nature of our existence?
No, the chicken was the big one.
Alright. But now that all three Pedros are out of the way.
Command! Ensign Sam, set course for ancient Rome.
Max!
Mission to hug Caligula.
Max!
Stop goofing off, Max. We've got to extend that bridge and return Bosco's soul.
Oh no!
I don't want to go!
I was worried about that.
Great. Now we'll have to figure out how to get all
Darn it, Max. But I know it's not his fault for not realizing that for not seeing the button right there. Okay. But let's get right to that bridge button.
Attempt to enter soul crushing area. Please acknowledge.
We got rid of them all.
Just make with the bridge already.
But
All right. Extending bridge.
because of doing that.
Hola, Sam y Max. You don't know us, but we are time-traveling mariachis.
With a warning from the future.
Whatever you do, do not extend that bridge.
Bridge extended.
But because of that,
Or embodied in time vortex. Self-destruct.
they accidentally started the self-destruct sequence.
Let's get out of here. We could cover some more birthdays.
What
Okay, Pedro, you take the
would lead into the last 3 episodes, which is pretty funny.
I'll take the monster. Oh yeah, good luck.
It's like,
Maxi-san.
darn it! Uh-oh.
Setting course.
I love how the spaceship looks like a sombrero.
Total destruction imminent. Please evacuate immediately.
Alright. But
Sam, is now a good time to start pulling my hair out and wetting myself in panic?
Knock yourself out.
oh my god. Alright. Oh, but I love how the music from the trailer's in the background for season 2. Pretty funny callback to that for the remaster of this episode.
The self-destruct, Sam.
Oh, but
Doesn't
yeah.
matter, Max. Quick.
Here we
into the
go.
time elevator. Hey, wait for us.
Kinda crowded in here already.
Yeah.
And to be continued in season 3 with what happened to past Sam and Max, as it would branch off into its own separate timeline of what happened to them. As I would love to see, because it would be crazy to see before Skunk Ape Games does a season 4 for Sam and Max. Well, for what happened after the Devil's Playhouse.
And all those tourists rubbing their hands all over.
Huh.
Stop time! Neat! Now make it go backwards.
Okay, funny.
Nose.
Ow. That's the best I can do.
Ooh! Hey, Sam. Alright, but let's press the suck button again.
The soul vacuum's only strong enough to suck Bosco's corpse up halfway.
That didn't look halfway to me.
Traveling spaceship, but they can't invent an interdimensional portal that doesn't lose suction.
Crazy. But, oh! If we use the tar cake sample, that should be able to slow it down good enough to be able to suck it up almost all the way.
Earthquake, and he's all.
Approaching beginning of the universe. Destruction.
But, let's get out of here.
Now or never.
Where do you think this portal goes?
Don't know.
On a spaceship set to self-destruct and
But,
hurtling towards
aw,
the
one of the wholesome moments between Sam and Max in their relationship, with Sam cleaning off his coat. And that would definitely allude towards the next episode. But, to be continued in the season finale of Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space, Season 2 Remastered, Sam and Max Freelance Police, and Chariots of the Dogs. Oh, but another little bit of angle of them highway surfing. So awesome. But yeah, so that was episode 4 of Sam & Max Season 2 Beyond Time and Space Remastered. And I gotta say, this was a really fun episode another fun episode remastered by Skunk Ape Games to play through. And I know you guys have been asking when I would continue this. And I know I've really wanted to continue this, guys. I really have. But as you guys know, I got sick and I wasn't able to do it for a little bit. But I'm glad to finally be back doing this and finish up the season for you guys, as the next episode is going to be really fun. But I will be going back to the one scene with past Sam & Max in my Season 3 Let's Play of Sam & Max The Devil's Playhouse Season 3 Remastered when that happens. It's going to be funny 1 year later seeing just calling back to what I said. But this episode was really fun, but if anything, I do wonder myself if Skunk Ape Games might do a game on what happened past Sam & Max after they went through the time elevator. Because it definitely seems like they had their own little adventure going on in the background of Season 3 and what happened after this episode. As I'm really excited to see what Skunk Ape Games has planned for the future and everything, but also just how they're going to make Season 3 look, which is going to be really fun to see once it finally comes out. But 2008 to 2021, Skunk Ape Games, all rights reserved. But let's see what happened. Hey, there's a singularity. Huh? Oh, let me guess. Because of the self-destruction. Wow! So technically, because of Sam & Max, they created the universe. That is pretty amazing. You guys gotta admit. But alright. And that was the end of episode 4. And that was just really amazing with the remastered scenes from that and everything. But alright. The final episode up in the string. What's been happening? Is episode 5, What's New Beelzebub? Judgment Day is at hand, and it's time for a showdown with the guy downstairs to bargain for Bosco's soul. But in the corporate wasteland known as the Underworld, not even the freelance police are safe from eternal darnation. Can Sam & Max fight free from Satan's grasp? Or have they reached the end of the line? Well, that is definitely going to be saved for the finale of this awesome Let's Play series in the next video. And I'm really excited to play the finale for you guys here on the channel. But alright, so this is where we're gonna end it, and all shall be continued right in the season finale. But before I go, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons, Spider Overlord and SMG5 for donating to the channel. As you guys out there can become patrons or YouTube members too to have your names shown at the end of these videos, just head over in the Patreon link or the YouTube membership link in the description below and donate money if you can. All donations will go into helping me make more awesome videos just like this here on the channel for all you guys out there to enjoy. But alright. But this is where we're gonna end it. But like always, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button for more content in the future, just like this. Make sure to click that notification bell down below for my latest videos and updates. And make sure to head over to Patreon to help support my college classes, but also to help support the channel. But yeah, I'm Princess Swordart, the Gamer Queen, and this awesome Let's Play series shall conclude in episode 5 of Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space Remastered. To switch in the next video. But I'm signing off. Bye!